Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am up early. Let me see if I can be heard. Okay, mic is fine. Once again, good morning. First of all, as usual, I'd like to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to those who watch my videos. Hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs down, comment in the comment section when I'm done. Let's go. Now, as you guys can see, it is like for me, it's 3:33 in the morning. And I went to bed early. I went to bed, I don't know, I want to say about 8 o'clock, maybe 7:45 to be exact. And so I'm up early. I have some other things to do, and I'm up early. But usually when I wake up, I make me a cup of coffee, and I have my coffee and cigarette social to wake me up. Yes, I do smoke cigarettes. If you don't like it, too bad. I'm sure there's something you do that people don't like. Anyhow, I get on YouTube because this is how you find out what's going on. So I'm up in these streets early. Now, what prompted me to go ahead and do a live stream was I clicked on a video from Marquette, the saint and the sinner, right? And he has really made some headway in his platform and in his organization, and what his plight as an educated black man. Now, for me, I am all about education. I consider myself to be a book whore. I love books. I love education. I love learning. And I love to see people learn and progress. I don't know where that part of me came from, but if there's a course on making foam cups, I want to do it. I want to know how foam cups are made. I want to learn how to make foam cups. Anyhow, oh, before I continue, I want to say that I can't guarantee you that there won't be any cursing in this live. And so if that's not something you agree with, I'm going to ask you to overlook that because cursing is not such a bad thing. It's a good release sometimes, especially when it's used to make a point, when it's used to um, express yourself. When I mean, we curse. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not on here trying to be this perfect human being. I'm not trying to be perfect for someone else. I'm being me. This is me. So anyway, let's go. So I had listened to a few minutes of it, and I wanted to just take that few minutes of the video that I watched, and I wanted to expound on it because I've noticed a pattern in Marquette when it comes to speaking to women, about women, of women, for women, you know, against women. And it sounds good. It sounds marvelous, you know. His view, what he says, makes sense. I totally agree. But then again, on the other hand, I disagree. So anyway, he likes to, when it comes to a woman being on his platform, he likes to, I don't know if I want to say metaphorically, I don't want to, I don't know how I want to describe this, but when it boils down to him and trying to gain control over a woman on his platform, he always goes to hands and feet. If 911 wasn't there, you'd be slapped in your mouth. You need men's protection. You can't protect yourself. And what particularly rubbed across my antennas was a comment he made in this little snippet of this video that I watched. And so, I don't have a big platform. I know a lot of people don't listen to my content because I don't follow the masses in the bullshit. I don't follow the masses because I don't see anything beneficial, but I am listening because to know the mindset of a group of people that are highly viewed on YouTube is important to always stay abreast of the mindset of this collective group of people on the internet that have such a great influence over the weak minds of Black men and women. Oh, because we got some weak minds out here. And it disheartens me that these YouTubers, these content creators with such a high view rate and such a large following would use their platforms to keep the Black community in the state that it's in. There has been nothing beneficial. People would say, oh, Kevin Samuels worked wonders for the Black community. He brought things to different. Yeah, okay. Small win for some Black men and some Black women. When you look at the majority of things that are being said and the or the content, it's useless, and that's my opinion. It's useless because I view things in a different manner. I am a builder. I would consider myself to be an educator. I would consider myself to be an advocate. And those things want good outcomes, positive outcomes, long-lasting outcomes. And this is not what I see here on YouTube. I see a lot of negativity. I hear a lot of, oh, we have to get these Black women under control. Oh, we have to get these Black women under control. But yet and still, the Black man is out of control and has been for a long time. The inability, the Black man has consistently displayed the inability to adjust to current issues going on in society and in the world and when concerning them. Um, for me, I would consider Black people to be so mentally weak and so miseducated and so misguided, and the outcomes are just poor upon poor upon poor upon poor in every aspect. Is everything all bad? No. Is it enough to make an impact to change the minds and the guidance of the masses? No. We know that people in general, depending on their mindset, flock to negativity. We know people in general like to be validated in their thoughts. So when we bring it back to just the Black community, there's a lot of men out here, a lot of Black men out here that have been hurt because of their own doing, but they're seeking validation to be able to blame someone else. And who is the butt of this blame? Black women. I'm gonna stop right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and play the portion of the video that just really woke me up this morning to and prompted me to do this live. So let's go. All right. So, Marquette School single mom on why women are beneath men. And hey, listen. I'm going to say this. Every time, every time you say single mom, you make the Black man look like shit. He just looks like a piece of shit. Because, sir, why is this mom single, sir? Why did a man plant his seed in her for whatever reason, and then he's not there, and now she's a single mom? That makes you look like shit. There's no black shame for the Black woman, the Black single mom. This is why we hold our heads so high. Irrespective of how the children turn out, we hold our heads so high. You know why? Because it's a noble thing to be there for your child, right? They try to turn single motherhood into something bad, but it's a beautiful thing. It speaks volumes about a woman who says, damn, I'm pregnant. This nigga left, and now I have to do this all by myself. But you know what? I'm going to strap on these boots. I'm going to strap them on tight. I'm going to get on this horse. I'm going to grab these ropes. And I'm going to ride this thing till the cows come home. I'm going to do what is necessary. I'm going to take this horse through the mud if we have to. I'm going to take this horse across a body of water if I have to. I'm going to take this horse through rain, sleet, and snow, through the most extremes of heat. And we're going to come out on the other end. In doing all of that, while the Black man sits under a damn orange tree on his ass with his legs crossed and a fucking orange in his mouth, chilling. What does that say? It says, sir, you are beneath the woman. You are beneath the Black woman. But I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm gonna just sit that right there, and you do what you will. But anyway, let's go. I've had these conversations.
I never said we don't need each other. I just said
Okay, let's back it up. You did say some things that I was like, okay.
talk about it.
No, but when you said that a woman is beneath a man, well, we know that that may be your opinion about some things, but I think that we need each other. I've had these conversations.
I never said we don't need each other. I just said we need to
like on equal. Like, I mean, of course, we have to respect you because you are the protectors. You are a stronger vessel. But if no, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Now I'm looking on this. I'm looking at this on a grand scale. I'm not looking at this on an individual basis. I'm looking at this on a grand scale. Yes, the man that you're with, if he's doing what he's supposed to do, utmost respect, right? Utmost respect. If you're with a woman and she's doing what she's supposed to do, utmost protection, utmost protection. I'm speaking on a grand level. These black men do not deserve 1 ounce of respect right now. The way things are, the way the black community is going, the state of the black community, and what brought it here. Fuck no. Not one single bit of respect in general context. Just by this single mom, you get no respect in general. No respect. Single mom. Why are there single moms, sir? No respect. Cut it out. If you give me a house, I'm gonna make it a home. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
It's just a give and take situation, just like I'm trying to say about.
Can I ask you a question, love?
Absolutely.
Can you protect yourself from other men?
Yes.
You can protect yourself from men.
It's the reason. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. Every time it comes to a woman, it's can you protect yourself from a man? Can you protect yourself from a man? My question would be, can the black man protect the black community as a whole? Because there are men that can't protect themselves from other men. So that argument is weak. Of course, men are stronger than women. That's a given. But there are men that need protection from other men. So the question should not be directed to a woman as far as can you protect yourself from a man. That's redundant. That's a redundant question. It's redundant. The fact that a woman needing protection says nothing. The fact that the black man can't protect the black community, that speaks volumes. Okay? Just sit that right there. The reason why I'm saying that is because of what I give to another man. If I give them some type of disrespect, then no, I can't protect myself. Okay. But I can protect myself from the respect that I give him.
Yes. But so if there's just like a man who is a wicked man and he wanted to violate you, you probably couldn't protect yourself, right?
Okay, so a wicked man that wants to violate you, you can't protect yourself. A wicked man just does not all of a sudden turn wicked. There's a history behind his wickedness. There's a developmental process regarding his wickedness, sir. And when we're talking about black men, there's always an origin of where the wickedness comes from, which says you niggas ain't on your job when it comes to other men, right? the Black community is such a different type of community. And the reason I say this is because there are so many moving parts that are out of control that ultimately end up in producing shit. Right? The Black community has to be handled in a different fashion. Right now, I'm not when I'm speaking, I'm not saying that everything and every issue that happens in the Black community doesn't happen in other races. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the Black community is in such disarray that these are the things that are standing out. Do we have good moving parts of the Black community? Oh, fuck yeah, of course we do. Of course we do, yes. But you can't tell. You can't tell because you can if you do it on an individual basis, it's such a small dent in the Black community to where it's not even noticed. Right? So it's almost like there's so much more that needs to be going on, and there's so much more that needs to be happening, and so many things that need to be done. I'll just say, just cap it off, done. And we have educated Black men like this, but we can see the turmoil in the mind, and we can see the grasping for the pennies, dimes, nickels, and dollars that interfere with wanting to better the Black community. When I look at social media, I don't see anything on here concerning Black people that wants to see the Black community do better. It's all tearing down. And the small platforms that we do have that are solution based, they don't get watched. This gentleman right here can put up a video on finances. He will get, I don't know, 500 views, and that's just, don't quote me on that. But when he puts a video of talking down to a Black woman, talking bad about a Black woman, handing a Black man his ass, he gets so many views. And what is that? Is that speaks volumes. It says that people flock to negativity and don't really give a damn about bettering themselves. They just want content. They want to see content that makes them feel better. And so be it. But the content is making them feel better, but it's not making them a better person. Okay, I got my fix of violence. How can I now I've gotten this stress off of me. Yes, someone feels like I feel and they voiced it. Oh my God. What a relief. Okay, now what am I going to go out here and do to better myself so that I can better the community? Not a goddamn thing. It's like it's adrenaline. And so it makes them want more bad content after more bad content after more bad content. And what are the results? Nothing. No, let me take that back. The results are, let me go start my own channel and let me join in on the pounding of Black women, the pounding of Black men that are speaking that are speaking good about Black women. Let me get in on the pounding. But that's just me.
No, I would say no, because I'm not as strong as a man. A small man could probably
right. You might be able to catch the little buddy slipping. But yeah, and I appreciate your honesty. And the important thing that I want all of our women to understand is that you might say, hey, Marquette, I can make a house a home. I could cook you up a meal. I can make sure everything is clean and make you feel comfortable. And that's all true. And I appreciate that greatly. But when I say, can you protect yourself? That's something you can't even do for yourself. But if I look at the value you're bringing to me, cooking, cleaning, making a house a home, I could do all that for myself. You see what I'm saying? All the values that you offer, I can do for myself. But the value I offer you, you cannot do for yourself.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Because I've never seen a piece of lead not do its job. Point blank, period. The problem is that, and not necessarily a problem. When I say that the Black community needs to be dealt with in a different way, in a different fashion, different things need to be done. Black women should learn where to direct that lead. They should learn how. They should learn when. They should learn of lead. Right? Other women of other races, they don't really have to do that, or that's not it doesn't have to be a goal. There are a lot of women of other races that do know how to hold a piece of steel and know what to do with it. But concerning the Black women, when all the talk is you need hands and feet put on you, you need to be at the gun range learning how to be able to bop a nigga on top of the head with a piece of steel. Right? So all this talk of you can't protect yourself, you can't protect yourself, you can't protect yourself. My first goal would be to put these women in some self-defense training classes with lead. No, ma'am. Don't use your fists. No, ma'am. Don't try to use your feet. No, ma'am. That's ineffective. You need to become a surgeon with that lead. And then not only become a surgeon with that lead, you need to practice surgery, ma'am. Because this is the basis of how these Black men feel like they're going to get the Black community under control. They're going to put hands and feet on the Black woman. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. Not one bit. You come with hands and feet, I'm coming with a piece of steel. That solves that. Right? Carrying on, as Marquette would say.
Well, not all exactly. Not exactly. It depends on who the person is and how it's going.
And then let me just say this. He says, "Oh, you can cook and clean and take care of the home, and you can do all those things, but I can do all those things for myself. But you can't protect yourself." Sir, there's some men out here who can do all those things for themselves and can't protect themselves. Now let's put it in this context. While we're speaking about, the Black woman can't protect herself and this, that, and the other, the Black man can't and is not protecting himself, however you want to say it. And when I say that, sir, hands and feet is being put on the Black men as far as jobs, entertainment, sports, any area of life. Y'all getting hands and feet put on y'all, and y'all don't even realize it. Because what you're doing is your mindset is to punch down. Your mindset is that it's all the Black woman's fault. It's all the Black woman's fault. Well, back in the day when men went to war to fight for their women, not fight their women, sir, not to put hands and feet on their women, sir. When they went to war to fight for women, to fight for land, to fight for systems, to fight for all the things that would better their communities and their states or provinces or whatever you want to call it. It had nothing to do with putting hands and feet on a woman to get her under control. The way that other races of men do it is they know that we have to provide. You see, this is why Black men get no respect, because you don't provide. You basically you have nothing to offer. Women are offering, and we give what we're supposed to give. And I don't want to necessarily say supposed to, because then there will be a lot of women saying, oh, these gender roles and different things of that nature. This woman, she in this video, she speaks of being the nurturer. Right? We are the nurturers. We carry the baby. We feed the baby. We breastfeed the baby if we want to. If we, but we have to feed the baby. However, we have to feed the baby. We have to change the diapers. We have to clean the babies. We have to clean the home. We have to keep a clean environment, right? We have to do all that. That is in our nature. So as women, as Black women, we are doing what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to bear the children. We're supposed to take care of the children. We're supposed to take care of the home. We're supposed to take care of the environment. And if we got a good man, we're supposed to include him in all that. So we are doing what we're supposed to be doing. We are providing what we're supposed to be providing. And if you want to include sex in that, what would you rather screw, a tree or a woman? So we're here to provide these things. What is the Black man providing aside from hands and feet and abandonment? Really? What, sir? Can the, and I'm, like I said, I'm speaking general. I'm speaking on a big level, not little level, big level. Who can you hire, sir? Who can the masses of Black men hire? When, where, who, how, and why have Black men put systems into place for Black people? Y'all getting hands and feet put on y'all, and y'all don't even realize it. You run nothing, you institute nothing, you create nothing. You have been the fucking president of the United States, and you were unable to do nothing. As a matter of fact, you didn't want to do shit. We don't respect you on a general level. You're weak. You're beneath us. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing, and you aren't. Every single day, the Black woman does what she's supposed to do. Black men don't. What systems have the systems that you guys, that Black men have put into place with this? I would consider YouTube to be a power source for Black men. And how are you using it again? How are you using it again? This is a form of power that you don't even recognize, because all you want to do is fuck and put hands and feet on your woman. We can't get into these offices and put systems and things in place, and all these documents and ways that things are going to be done in place, because you've been blocked out of it. We're just going to say what it is. You've been blocked out of it. Other races have felt that the Black community is dumb and that we need things done for us. And the reason they can say that is because they hold the power of education. So if you want to make some people dumb, you hold the power of education. You can do it, and it's being done. It has been done, as evidenced by the massive amounts of dumb niggas that's out here. So the Black man is so dumb. He's so dumb that the greatest power he has, he's misusing it. Damn. How you respect something like that? You Black men right now have the power to put systems in place via social media. You're so fucking stupid. You're so fucking stupid. You have the power to reach the masses. You have reached the masses. And what the fuck have you done with it? Not a goddamn thing. You have used it. You are so fucking stupid and dumb and retarded. And excuse me, because I'm angry. I'm angry. And this is how it's coming out. I'm sorry. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. You're so fucking stupid. And mind you, remember, this is my opinion, but it's facts. It's facts. It's facts. You're so fucking dumb, stupid, and retarded that the major power source that you hold in your hand, you're misusing it. Stupid. So how are we supposed to respect a man that doesn't even know how, or doesn't even want to use the power that he has to better his community? There should be no talk about single mothers. There should be no talk about putting hands and feet on the Black woman. There should be no talk about going out and getting hoes. There should be no talk about all this bullshit that these content creators are talking about online. See, it's not the Black woman that needs to be put under control. It's the Black man that needs to be put under control, sir. You're out of control. The things that you are doing is destroying the community. You know why? Because it has come out of your mouth. It comes out of your mouths daily. The Black woman needs protection. And she don't just need protection from hands and feet. She needs environmental protection. She needs financial protection. She needs the children need protection. And how do you do that? See, when this nigga right here looks at protection, he looks at protection as hands and feet. When I look at protection, when I look at getting protected, I look at getting protected from poverty. I look at getting protected from miseducation. I look at getting protected from not being able to get your life together. I look at those kinds of protections, right? Everybody needs protection from hands and feet, like I said, even men. So that's neither here nor there. It's a weak argument. It's weak statements. We need protection from single motherhood. right? We need protection from mental illness. We need protection from a lot of different things that you niggas are not providing. We don't just need protection from hands and feet. That's a small tidbit of a problem, right? No, we don't respect you on a mass level. Like I said, if you want to do it on an individual basis for the man that you come home to or the man that come home to you, fine, wonderful, great. On a massive level, we don't respect you. You don't deserve respect. You don't deserve anything. You deserve a piece of lead. So yes, women, we can protect ourselves. What the fuck else do you bring to the table, sir? What else is on the table aside from protection, right? Because you can't you can't bring us venereal disease and tell us you're protecting us. You can't walk away and leave us as single mothers saying you're protecting us. You can't not be able to hire the sons and daughters and say you're protecting us. You can't get on social media and talk bad about us and then say you're protecting us. You're hurting us. That's all you're doing. You're hurting us. And then you're mad. You're mad because you can't finish the job of hurting us by putting hands and feet on us. Sir, you're mad. These niggas are mad because they can't finish the job by putting hands and feet on us. You can't punch down because you're too weak to punch up, sir. And then you're mad, big mad, that we as Black women have so much support out there, right? We have other entities that are protecting us. They're doing your fucking job. They're doing your job, the job that you aren't doing, the job that you don't want to do. You know why? Because it's too hard. It's too hard. Y'all want to sit under orange trees and eat oranges and whack your dicks off and have sex. That's all you want to do. All you want to do is lay on your ass, eat, drink, and be merry, and not put in not one bit of sweat when it comes to making the Black community better. Oh, you'll get up off your ass all day long when it comes to talking about a Black woman's hair, nails, eyelashes, eyebrows, lips, titties, ass, coochie, all that. You hop right up. You hop right up when it comes time to degrade her and fuck her. You hop up, you hopping up quickly. You hopping up so quick that some of you niggas don't even wash your ass or brush your teeth. When it comes to hopping up and being faithful and being a father and helping your community and talking like you got some goddamn sense, you don't want to do it. But when it comes to fucking, sucking, eating, and talking bad about a Black woman, you're there. You're front and fucking center. You're front and fucking center. Disgusting.
Going down. Okay, because if she's smart, there's a lot of things she can grab and puncture.
See, this conversation is so elementary. It's so elementary. And you know why? Because this is where a lot of Black people's growths have stopped at fucking elementary school. This conversation is elementary. What's coming out of her mouth is elementary. Okay. This is how small-minded Black people are, and they don't even realize it. You talking about grabbing some shit. You talking about throwing some shit. No, bitch. Get you a piece of steel. That's the grand scale of things.
Okay, that would kind of, but when I say to Esther, say, listen, you deserve respect because of your position.
No, bullshit. They deserve disrespect because of their position. Look what position they're in. Look what position they're in. Even this gentleman right here, he grandizes his position in society when he really has no position in society. His position is right here on fucking YouTube. That's why he on YouTube. It's one of the reasons why he's on YouTube, because this is the only place he can feel bigger, better, and badder than other people. This is where he can come to punch down, because I can see in him. He's attempted to punch up. He's attempted to punch up, but there wasn't enough people punching up with him, so he decided, okay, well, I'm just going to join the masses of dumb niggas and punch down. I'm not fooled. I'm not fooled at all. Y'all can sit in la la land and y'all can, give respect on a grand level that's not due. This is where now this is one aspect I would blame Black women. We're giving them the spoils of a war that they're losing, that they've lost, and that they continue to lose day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. I don't care if he's a good Black man or not. He shouldn't be getting no pussy from anywhere. Not from a dog, a cat, a horse, a pig, nothing. And definitely not from women of other races. It's a distraction. They shouldn't be getting no pussy until the state of the Black community is better. It's moving in a better direction. I'm gonna be here for a minute. So y'all might, if you're listening, you might want to get some coffee or whatever the fuck it is you do, that sits you down for a minute. They should be getting no pussy because, number one, pussy is leading to single motherhood. What they love to talk about. I guess if we just stop fucking them, we wouldn't be ending up as single mothers. So that reminds me of that movie Chicago. I think that's what the movie was. No, I don't want to know. What is that movie that Spike Lee did where Black women were withholding sex until Black men got themselves together? Don't quote me because I didn't even watch the shit. It was a fallacy. It was fantasy. It was fantasy. It's not going to happen. I'm saying this is what should be taking place. No fucking, no single motherhood, no pregnancies, no abortion. So another thing I like to talk about abortion. You want to get us pregnant and then you want to leave us and make our lives 15,000 times harder while you go sit up under a fucking orange tree eating oranges, getting your dick sucked by a whore, by a prostitute whom you say you don't, who you say shouldn't get any respect. But that's just me.
Okay. Your position as a man is to protect what brings life into existence. You deserve respect. Okay. With a woman, she also deserves respect because she is what brings life into existence. She is.
Yeah.
Is the nourisher. So it's like a give and take. It's like a balance. Everything works on a balance. It is a balance. We need each other. So I don't put one over.
Right. Now, Big Mama, why can't we just be real about, I respect you, but you're under me. I respect you, but you're under me.
So how? If we're talking in terms of strength, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. But that's not the only thing the world needs to survive. That's not the only thing Black people need to survive, is being able to put hands and feet on a woman. If that's all you got, you're pitiful. And your education was a waste of fucking time. All that education a white man put into you, that was a fucking waste of time. If all you can think about and talk about is the ability to put hands and feet on something that's weaker than you. A lot of times, you know, the gentleness of a man speaks volumes. He can come to, you can be screaming your head off and he's running in the room like, what the fuck is going on? There's a spider. And versus him killing the spider because he know he can, maybe he gets the spider, put it in a jar, and then releases it somewhere far from the house. So just because you have something that's weaker than you, and that spider, that spider will never give that man one bit of respect. Never, not one bit of respect. And if you think I'm lying, what happens when you have a pet spider? I don't know, what is it, the pet tarantula? What do? They take the poison out of it. They take the poison out of it, and the motherfucker's still gonna bite you because it has no respect for you. Will never have any respect for you. A roach will never have any respect for you because they're going to eat you. They don't give a fuck. They're going to eat your food. They're going to crawl on it. They're going to shit on it. They're going to sit on it. They're going to do all of that. A fly will never have any respect for you. Never. But we manage. We manage with these small creatures that are beneath us. We manage. So, I mean, beneath, when I look at a Black man, I can't bring myself to say I'm beneath him. I can't. When you have the majority of them dumb, we be looking at y'all like, you dumb, stupid ass motherfucker. You're so fucking stupid. We just don't say it. We just don't say it out of the fact that you'll put hands and feet on us. But if we told you motherfuckers the truth, it would be a constant fight, a constant battle. We would be, Sled would be flying all over this motherfucker because we don't respect you. Look at you. Look at the state that you're in. Look at the single mom. Look at the children without fathers. We supposed to respect something like that? Look at the masses amount of men who put hands and feet on women. We supposed to fucking respect you? Y'all butt fuck. We supposed to respect you? Y'all butt fuck each other. We supposed to respect you? We're beneath you? As far as strength, yeah. Everything else, you're losers. You're losers. You're losers. Even the Princeton and Howard graduates, you're losers. You know why? You're losers because you then go marry outside of your race. Loser. Hey, love who you love. I'm not the. I'm speaking in a different aspect. And white people will speak the same way. You can find you a nice white man to marry. They speak the same way. They consider people who marry outside of their white race losers. You're a loser. So we're gonna do the same thing. You're a loser, except they're winning more than they're losing. They can afford to take some L's. Let's put it like that. White people, Hispanic people, Oriental people, they can afford to take some L's because they got the majority of their shit is together. So they can afford some L's. We're the ones who can't afford L's. Every L that we take puts us back a century. Sir. So this beneath you, I can't see it. Can somebody please show me how? How, Sway? How? You're beneath us in education. You're beneath us in raising children. You're beneath us in employment. You're beneath us in washing your ass. You're beneath us in faithfulness. You're beneath us in every aspect of life. You're beneath us. Ooh, what is this? You're beneath us. Yeah, you're beneath you, the audacity, the audacity, the audacity, sir. Ooh, oh my God. Yeah, the audacity of this man. Yeah, we might be a little beneath you in terms of strength and in terms of putting hands and feet, sir. But in every other aspect of life, sir, you're beneath us. We don't have no respect for you. We tolerate you. The black man is tolerated with the black woman. A lot of you niggas haven't even graduated high school. Okay, and not graduating high school doesn't for me doesn't equate to stupidity. It equates to you're just not as educated as probably your counterpart is. It doesn't mean you can't make good decisions. It doesn't mean you can't. It doesn't mean you're not a good person. But the fact of the matter is that it's one thing that puts you beneath the black woman. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of black women who haven't graduated high school. There's a lot of, dumb, stupid, retarded women as well, black women as well. This is where, the generational bullshit comes from. But as far as us being beneath you, fuck no. You got me fucked up.
Like, why can't we just have it be honest?
Because it's not true. Maybe I'm lazy. I probably want to be honest.
No, that's absolutely true. You know what? One of the challenging things is it's actually comical as well, because you might imagine that I also lead a lot of men. And even though men have egos and men should have egos, when a man is lower in a hierarchy, the first thing he's able to do is say, sir, yes, sir. He's able to play his role and accept where he is in that hierarchy.
Oh, that's bullshit. You know what he do? He pulls out a gun and he robs your stupid ass. When a black man is lower on the totem pole than another man, he pulls out a gun and he robs your stupid ass. He carjacks you. He fucking runs in your house and fucks your woman and he goes in your house and he takes your fucking TV and your PlayStation 5 or whatever the fuck it is, in your shoes and your clothes and your jewelry and your watches and your money and shit like that. That's what he do. Fuck, who you talking to? He ain't saying no, yes sir, no sir. He jacks you for your dope. No, y'all don't even respect each other, let alone having you want respect from a woman. Get these niggas respect first. Then you might have a small chance of getting ours.
But a woman, for some reason, being as weak as you are, you want to buck up the hierarchy like you big and bad, when really.
So, like I said, in terms of body strength, yes, we're beneath you, sir. We're beneath you, sir. Yes, yes, sir. No woman would deny that. You know what I'm saying? Even the buffest of a woman, if you put her up against a buff man, she probably lose. You understand what I'm saying? But sir, no. If this is all you got, in terms of strength and protection, you're embarrassing. You're embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. And see, the problem is that we have a lot of women like her who doesn't know how to properly express herself. She doesn't know how to properly bring these types of things to light, because we can see, you know, from what I can see, it appears that she has been in a subservient position. She was reared to be subservient, which is, there's no problem with that. Hey, there's no problem with that. We can all get into character. We can all get into character. But the problem is when the woman only has one character, and that's to be subservient. Her speech is going to frolic and switch and change according to what the man is saying. And this is what she has been doing. Just in this small little, 3 minutes, he has pushed her back and forth. He has changed her mind. He has changed her thought pattern. She disagreed, then she agreed, then she disagreed, then she agreed, all according to how he led her. This means this woman has yet to find who she is. She has yet to find her purpose. Her purpose has probably passed. She probably can't even, go back and find it and function in it, or function towards it or whatever. And she's not, her mind is not broad. She doesn't have a broad mind. I would consider myself to have a broad mind because I'm well versed on different areas of life and how they affect people, just people in general, let alone the Black community. But anyway, let's go. Let's go.
You can't walk through an alley by yourself and feel safe.
What respectable woman is walking in an alley, down an alley? Why would we even do that? What I mean, you bring up an alley and it's like, what respectable woman will be walking down an alley, especially at night? And then what creature would be lurking in an alley at night? But I mean, people be out there. And that's one of the problems.
When you walk through an alley, you need to wonder what's in the dark. I am what's in the alley in the dark. I don't have to be wondering what's in the dark. I'm the scary thing in the alley. I'm not the one that might be the victim. I'm the aggressor. So
no, I'm sure there's been plenty of male victims walking down a damn alley, sir. Sir, can we all agree that nobody is safe walking down a damn alley? Not man, not woman, not child, not dog, not cat. Nobody is safe in an alley, sir. Nobody. Not even the person in the alley lurking. They're not safe either. Because it might be somebody else lurking too with them. Come on, not the alley. Not the alley. I had this I was having this, it's funny that he he brings up the alley. I had somebody ask me, would I feel safe at 3 a.m. walking down an alley? I was like, first of all, sir, I wouldn't be walking down an alley at 3 a.m, so I ain't got shit to worry about. So that was just kind of crazy to ask me would I feel safe at 3 a.m. walking down the alley. I'm not walking down the alley at 3 a.m. I don't give a damn if I'm out at 3 a.m. I will not be walking down an alley because it's not the appropriate thing to be doing as a person at 3 in the morning, unless unless that's the way you need to drive in to get to parking outside your home. Some people have, they have alley access to their homes in order to be able to park. That's the only time you would probably find me in an alley, if I'm driving to park in my home. Now, on the other hand, if I was out of my mind and I was walking down the alley at 3 in the morning, I probably would not feel, I wouldn't feel threatened at all. And I'm going to tell you why. Because people that usually lurk in an alley are bums, homeless people, and people that are probably coming home. Me, I have this general thing. If you ask me, is the world safe? I would say yes. I would say yes. Fear in the mind is what holds you back. If you have it in your mind, this fear of the world, this fear of public, this fear of walking and being outside, you're going to be confined, you're going to be stagnated, and you're going to be a very disturbed individual, and you're going to be poor as well. In general, is the world safe? Yeah. I mean, yeah, the majority of people go about their day and do what the fuck it is they supposed to do, and stay out of other people's way and stay out of other people's business. Yes. Does society do a good job in ridding the streets of poor characters? Yes, we do. I can pretty much say, and I'm sure a lot of people can say they've pretty much had a safe existence. The harm comes inside of your own home. That's where the harm is 9 times out of 10. Abusive parents, abusive spouses, you know what I'm saying? Somebody breaking into your home. Usually, yeah. So I would say you're more unsafe at home than you are out in the public. And that's a damn shame. Especially when you got a nigga at home that wanna put hands and feet on you. You're more so in danger inside of your own home than you are in the public. So would I really genuinely fear walking down the alley at night? No. 3 in the morning? No. But then again, I wouldn't be there.
So what we have to understand and calibrate our women from a child, because the thing is, you're a sweet woman. And as sweet as you are.
Well, sir, how do we calibrate our children? How do we calibrate our women from childhood when you niggas ain't around to calibrate them? You're not around to calibrate them. The man calibrates the woman to conduct herself in the presence of men. The woman can do both, but why should she have to? We can do both. We can calibrate our daughters to carry themselves in the presence of men and women. I've done so myself, right? I'm still in process, right? I'm still in the process. So I know it can be done. So far, what I've done, I've done a miraculous job as a single mom, sir. But you have to be present. This is and let me just go because let me just keep going. Like I said, I'm gonna be here for a minute. As a matter of fact, hold that thought. Okay.
Are, even with your intelligence and being rational, I cannot undo what's been done to your mind. You would buck against the idea that the man is your natural leader and protector, and to lead someone, they have to follow. For you to lead, you have to be above in the hierarchy. And you rage against that, however, calmly compared to.
Well, see, here's the thing. Of course, you know, you can't undo someone's mind, but you can herd them along. Everybody doesn't have to have the same mindset to be going in the right direction, right? If there was a group of people traveling and they came to a point where there was you had to cross this river. There was no other way to get to the other side. There's nothing but destruction and ruin behind you, so you can't go back. You're going to have to cross. Now, you could have a rapist, murderer, child abuser, a scholar, a seamstress, a carpenter, an electrician. You can have a prostitute, a pimp. You can have all these people with all these different mindsets and in fields of study. It wouldn't matter because you all have to go across to the other side, hurting them in the same direction. So you don't have to change a person's mindset in order necessarily in order to change their behavior or stop their behavior. As evidenced by there are a massive amount of Black people in prison whose mindsets have not changed, but their behavior out in the public has been put to a halt. Sir. I mean, I'm just saying.
To the last woman, I can't undo that. And that's why we have to teach the girls when they are young to accept the natural order of things.
Well, you can't teach the girls when they are young, sir, if you're not there. So you're expressing a problem, but you aren't expressing a solution. The solution is to be there to raise your families, or don't start one at all. See, these niggas, they don't want to speak on the root cause of what the fuck the problem is. The problem is that you niggas come and you get a woman pregnant and then you abandon her. And then you fault her for having multiple baby daddies when she keeps trying. She keeps trying. And that brings me to that Sade song. She's like, I keep crying for you. I keep trying. They keep trying. That's why they got multiple baby daddies. They keep trying to find love. They keep trying to find, a man to come in and help them with another man's responsibility, if you just want to put it out there like that. They're trying. And then he comes in, he does the same thing the previous nigga did. Because he thinks, oh, well, this bitch, this was she allowed this nigga to come in and get her pregnant and leave. Why the fuck I can't come in and get her pregnant and leave? So, I mean, it makes you all. And what kind of respect are we supposed to have for you again? Where? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. You can't say we have to rear the children up in the appropriate way without telling the fucking men that they need to be there, because we on our shit. We on our shit, and that's what you're mad about. You're big mad about it. We're on our shit. Whether we do it wrong or right, we on it. We on it. You guys aren't. You motherfuckers need to be put under control. Y'all need to be put under control. Not us. We're here. We stepped up to the plate. We're here 100%. And then we keep trying for y'all dumbasses. We keep trying to see the good in y'all dumbasses. We keep trying to give y'all the respect that we say ourselves that you deserve, but knowing you don't deserve it. You know you don't deserve not 1 ounce of respect from nobody because you're weak and you're beneath your woman. This is why you don't get any respect, because you are beneath your woman. This is why the Black woman gets more respect than you. And this is why Black men continuously try to tear her down, because she gets more respect than you. They don't respect you. You don't take care of your women, and you damn sure don't take care of your children. And you said, fuck your community. Nobody respects you as a Black man. And this is your problem. So you're punching down. You're trying to make society see how weak the Black woman is, how stupid she is in your mind. Because you're trying to deflect the attention off of your stupidity and try to make it seem like she's stupid. When all she's doing is she's getting up, she's getting dressed up, and she's showing up consistently all the time. And so what these niggas do is, in order to make the Black woman look bad and make themselves look better, oh, look at her weave. Oh, she wants to be like a white woman. She wants to be blonde. What Black woman do you know has blonde hair growing out of their head? Well, sir, when I was born, I had blonde hair and blue eyes, sir. So it is possible. Yes. So what they're doing is, oh, her lashes, oh, her weave, oh, her nails, oh, look at how she dresses, oh, her BBL smells. It don't matter, sir. We got up, we got dressed, we put our wig on, our weave in, our eyelashes on, our makeup's on, and we covered our BBLs, I don't know, all the way, halfway, some of the way. But the point is that we got up, we dressed up, and we fucking show up. But can we say that for you niggas? Oh, yeah, we can say it. You get up, you dress up, and you show up for women of other races and their children and their single mothers. These niggas will have you believe. These niggas will have you believe that they went over there and got them a snow bunny and she ain't had no kids. They will have you believe that they went over there and they found this fabulous white woman and she ain't have no kids. No, you went and found yourself a white lady that was a single mother. So everything that, so you can't, I mean, how can I put this? When you look at a Black man and his hypocrisy, I mean, you got to open your eyes, ladies. You got to open your eyes. This man has created a single mother in the Black community. And then he says, don't raise another man's kids. But yet and still, he will go outside of his race to raise another man's kids. Oh my God, I cannot. Which proves that what he's saying is bullshit, and he's only saying it to degrade the Black woman and to try to ruin her reputation. Nobody respects you niggas because you're all, I mean, look at what you do. Actions speak louder than words. You got that other dude. What's that other dude's name? I forget what his name is. The one that is in a relationship with a white lady that's a single mother, and he has his kid, and she has her kid and they're living in the home together, and she's the babysitter, the nanny, while he doesn't want to marry her and different things of that nature. But yet and still he talks poorly about the black woman, but yet and still he speaks highly about this single white woman, this single mom white woman. I'm dead. You niggas don't deserve respect. You're stupid. You're an idiot, and you want us to be idiots too. You want to try to lower our self-esteem. You want us to lower our heads and look at the fucking ground like a prostitute would do, because you don't want us to think and see what the fuck it is really going on and what you're really doing. Sir, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And we don't have to be disrespectful to you in our speech. We don't have to be disrespectful to you in the way we come at you, but you don't have our respect when it comes to the mind. You're stupid to us. You're dumb. You're stupid. You talk bad about us, about how we spend our money on hair, weave, nails, clothes, shoes, and purses. Yet and still we spend our money on things that help better us, that keeps our appearances up, that we can use multiple times, and you niggas spend your money on pussy. So basically, you have nothing to show for what you did with your money. You spend your money on porn. You spend your money on pussy. You spend your money on alcohol. You spend your money on drugs. You spend your money on your friends. You have nothing to show for you. We can't see where your money went. Only you know. You can see where our money is. You can see how our money is benefiting us. So I don't get it. I don't get it. Right? You're mad because you are beneath your own woman. So you want to consistently tear her down by putting titles like single mom, not knowing that it makes you look stupid and incompetent as a leader, the so-called leader. And you don't even realize that that's how fucking stupid you are. That's how dumb you are.
And it's because of that we have man and woman, especially in the Black community, out of order. They're out of order. When you get them in order,
So even with what you're saying, he's making it like black men we're all in order. We're in order. And the women, they're just out of control for no fucking apparent reason. I don't know, just because they're women, they're out of control. No, motherfucker. Black women, if you say, are out of control because the black man is out of control. How the fuck is your husband out in the street fucking another broad and he expect you to be at home? No, she gonna go out and fuck a nigga. What you mean? If you ain't home, the family ain't home. I recognize that. I recognize that myself. If I'm not home, my kids ain't gonna be home. If I ain't home, it's gonna be some other niggas inside of my home. So I'm here in my home, I'm on guard. You have to be on guard in your castle, in your kingdom. You gotta be on guard. So if you out in the fucking street, where the fuck you think everybody else is? It behooves me, because I've seen so many videos where the mother is saying, what are you doing out there in the street? And you out there in the street with your little fast ass and this, that, and the third. Bitch, you in the street too. Are you in the street because that's what you're showing. Your kids are in the street because that's what you're showing them. When you as a mother have a home and children in it with no man, you have to be careful of how you're moving. Because if you got Tom, Dick, and Harry and Sue in your house, your daughter and your son is going to be sneaking Tom, Dick, Harry, and Sue in their window because they just have to mimic your behavior. They have to. And when their juices and things get flowing, they're going to mimic the behavior that they see inside the home. This is why it's important to keep your children home in the environment to where you want them to, how can I say this? The environment that you want them to display when they become adults. So if you want them to have a good home, you need to create a good home. If you don't want your kids to run the street, you can't be running the street. If you don't want your sons and daughters to have niggas and bitches in and out the home, a different nigga and a different bitch every fucking day, you can't do that. That's where they're getting these examples from. This is where these children are growing up to be disgusting individuals because the parents were disgusting themselves. But anyway, let me continue.
And you let that man know you are a leader and you must rise to the occasion. You must give wise.
Why the fuck we gotta tell a man to be a leader and rise to the occasion? That's y'all motherfucking jobs. That's y'all jobs to tell a man, to tell a man he's a leader and teach him how to rise to the fucking occasion. Y'all said that's not our job. We can't raise boys to be men. Well, y'all make up y'all fucking minds what y'all want us to do as women, how y'all want us in order. What the fuck? Y'all want us to lead, but then you don't want us to lead. You want us to tell you to lead, but you don't want us to tell you what to do. What the fuck? Make up your mind. There's too many different messages going on here. That's why white people put the shit on paper. This is the policy. This is the procedure. Everyone must follow it. So therefore, you don't have 10 different people telling you 10 different things to do. And if you find that 10 different people are telling you 10 different things to do, you be like, hold the fuck up. What does the fucking policy and procedure say? I'm going with the policy and procedure say. You niggas can do whatever the fuck it is you want to do, but I'm going to follow the policy and procedure. I'm going to have my mind together according to this policy and procedure. This is what's going to get my mind together. You niggas is all over the place. You want us to tell a man he has to lead and rise to occasion, but yet and still we can't raise boys to be men. Well, make up your mind. Do you want us to lead or do you not want us to lead? Are you capable of leading or are you not capable of leading? Because from what I can see right now, you niggas you're not capable of leading. You're capable of leading with your dick, yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're very competent in that area. And some of you aren't.
Advice. You must control your emotions. You must be rational. You must be a comfort to your family. You must have a plan for your family.
So let me back it up. We got to tell them this. Hold up. We got to tell them this. Hold on.
The last woman, I can't undo that. And that's why we have to teach the girls when they're young to accept the natural order of things. And it's because of that we have man and woman, especially in the Black community, out of order. They're out of order. When you get them in order, and you let that man know you are a leader and you must rise to the occasion. You must give wise advice. You must control your emotions.
Who's supposed to be telling them this, sir? The mother and the father. But if you only have the mother who's trying to give both messages, you're going to have some flaws in there. There's going to be some space in the teaching in there. So, Marquette, when you say single mom, you're not making the woman look bad. You're making the men look bad. Every time y'all fix y'all lips to say single mom, that question is always posed. Well, why is she a single mom? And then you know what these niggas say? Oh, well, she didn't want to act right. Well, I guess she was acting right when you was all up in her vagina. She was acting right. But then when she got pregnant, all of a sudden she not acting right. All of a sudden, you. Let me tell you, you had the competence and the capability to get this woman to open up her legs and let you inside of her vagina. But then when it comes to dealing with her while she's pregnant and has your child, you all of a sudden you get stupid. You get dumb. So that's where your knowledge stops at. You're only capable of getting pussy, but you're not capable of guiding and directing a woman's mind and your children and taking care of your children. That's where your capability stops. Your capability stops at getting pussy. Because that's what it's screaming to me. It's screaming that you guys are only educated and smart enough to get some pussy. That's it. And impregnate a woman. And you ain't even got to use no thought or be educated or competent to get a woman pregnant. So you mean to tell me that the only area of competence you niggas have is in getting a woman to give you some pussy? Y'all look real stupid. And you want us to respect that? You want us to respect that? That's where your interaction, you mean to tell me that that's where your interaction stops at getting pussy? Not raising your kids, not marrying a woman, not staying with a woman and doing right by her? Y'all capabilities stop at getting pussy? Oh man. And you want respect? Ugh. Ew. A man's touch should be grossing Black women out right now. A Black man touching you, the thought of him touching you should gross you out. You should be grossed out. Ew. You should be vomiting when you even look at him. Vomit should be coming out of your mouth. Vomit and tears. Ugh. Single mom. Oh, why is she? Oh, you disgusting motherfucker, you. Oh. Oh.
You must be rational. You must be a comfort to your family. You must have a plan for your family. You're the leader for a reason.
They got a plan to get some pussy. That's it. That's their only plan. That's their only plan. Go all over social media. When you hearing these Black men talk, all they talk about is pussy, 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 pussy.
And then you tell the woman, you create the foundation that makes it easy for him to lead. You listen to him. You comply with him.
But I thought y'all could do that all for yourselves. I thought y'all was doing that all by yourselves. Yeah. You were right. Isn't that what you said? You could do all that for yourself. You can create your own home. You can cook. You can clean. You can wash your own clothes. You can even beat your own meat. You can even bring yourself to orgasm. So what the fuck do you need us for? Now all of a sudden we're supposed to be providing this for you. You can do it yourself. Do it yourself. Don't look to us to do it. Matter of fact, and now in this day and age, you don't even want us to do it. All you want is pussy. You don't want us to wash your clothes, Mr. Independent. You don't want us to cook your meals, Mr. Independent. You don't want us to clean up your apartment or your house, Mr. Independent. You just want us to come over and lay on our backs and then get up and leave, Mr. Independent. The age of the Black family in masses has ended, sir. It's gone. It's gone. And you know why? It's because of Black men. It's because of Black men. Your only goal is to get laid. That's it. You don't care what product comes from that. You niggas don't even care if you get a fucking venereal disease. You'll just go pass it to the next broad. Or you'll just say, oh, well, oh, damn, I got chlamydia, I got gonorrhea. Let me go to the doctor and get some pills. And then you move on to the next broad. Which says that you niggas aren't even using condoms. You're not even leading in that fashion. A woman shouldn't have to tell you, nigga, you don't know me, put on a condom. You should be putting on a condom. That's what a leader would do. A leader would protect himself first. You can't protect anyone, sir, if you don't protect yourself first. This is why when you're on an airplane, they tell you if this oxygen mask drops down, you are to put it on first before you intend on saving someone else. You can't save anyone else, sir, unless you save yourself first. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You can't protect anyone if you can't protect yourself first. This is why you can't protect the Black woman. This is why you are of no protection to the Black woman. Other people are protecting the Black woman. You're not protecting the Black woman. Other people are. Other races of men are. Other races of men are fixing our cars. Other races of men are coming in and fixing our garbage disposals. Other races of men are coming in to clean our carpets. Other races of men are coming in to fix holes in our walls. Other races of men are selling us our cars. Other races of men are selling us our food. Other races of men are selling us our clothes. Other races of men are providing public transportation. Other races of men are providing finances so that our kids can eat. And other men are providing homes and houses and apartments and low-income housing for us. Other men are doing that. You motherfuckers ain't doing nothing but fucking us and getting us pregnant and leaving us and making us single moms. This is what your function in life is today and has been for decades. And you know what it stems from? It stems from the fact that you can't protect yourself. Therefore, you can't protect anyone else. You, my dear sir, need protection from yourself. You niggas need protection. The society is providing for you. You're not providing for Black women. Other people are providing for Black women, and they're also providing for you. The drugs that you sell are provided to you. The clothes that you wear are provided to you. The food that you eat is provided to you. The jobs that you have are provided to you. You provide nothing but dick and attention. The most basic things in life is what you provide. Y'all some basic bitches. That's what you are. Some basic niggas. That's what you are. You provide nothing but the basics. You provide nothing that sustains. Dick don't sustain a woman. You're an embarrassment. And no, we don't respect you. We don't even respect the fact that you have the muscle in order to protect us because you don't even use that right. You're stupid.
You make his life easier when he goes out there to do battle, and you get to
go out there to do battle. What? Go out there to fuck? That's the only battles y'all doing. That's the only battle. Y'all out here battling women to get pussy. That's the only wars y'all fighting. Y'all fighting a war to get pussy. That's it. That's the only battles y'all fighting. Y'all fighting a battle to get pussy. Every time you walk out that door, you going to get pussy. You going to fight for pussy. You going to fuck another nigga's woman. You going to try to fuck somebody's daughter. You going out to fuck somebody's sister, somebody's cousin. You ain't going out there to do you ain't coming home with shit but a venereal disease. and a stinky dick. What are you going out there fighting? What are you fighting for? What are you fighting out there? Nothing. What are you fighting for? You niggas ain't even fighting for a job. You laying on your ass under the goddamn orange tree. That's why the white man took the orange tree away. You niggas laying on your ass eating, and you ain't doing shit else. You ain't contributing to society. You're not even helping your own woman. You're not even raising your children. You get no food if you don't work for your food. So yes, all the cabbage patches and the greens and the spinach and the oranges and the apples and the lemons and the grapefruit, all that shit has been plucked from the land because you niggas, if you don't work, you motherfucking don't eat. And if you do eat, sir, you better get it how you can get it. If you can't afford to pay for it, then you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Terrible. Terrible.
To kick back. You don't have to worry about having a job. You don't have to worry about being safe. You don't have to worry about.
You don't have to worry about getting a job. You don't have to worry. Man, it was niggas that was having their families in poverty because they had another family around the corner that they had to take care of. Just miss me with that bullshit. So you're talking to this woman. She looks very beautiful woman. She looks very humble. She doesn't have her own brain, and I don't mean she doesn't have her own brains where she can't think, but she doesn't have her own. She doesn't have her own insight. Insight is given to her. She doesn't stand firm in her convictions. None of that, right? None of that. So she's easily manipulated and led astray because she don't know. A lot of times, you have these women, these Black women that have lived sheltered lives. That have lived sheltered lives when it's come to a man. And so what ends up happening is that sometimes, or the majority of the time, she's been with a man for so many years, sitting in the house while he's been out fucking around and doing all his shit behind her back, keeping her in the home so that she can't be out in public and see what's going on for herself. She can't run into his concubines out in the street because they know who you are, ma'am. They know who you are, but he keeps you in the house under this guise of protection because he doesn't want you to find out his dirty deeds out in the public. So what ends up happening is that you have a lot of these women who have been at home sheltered and protected from the truth, and then she gets old and then he leaves her or he dies, and what does she have left? She has this humbled, natured self left to where she can't go out in the world and be a benefit to anyone. She has to sit in her house full of these decorations and things that this home she provided for this man that's no longer there. Right? That's what happens to a lot of these women. They stay home, they don't work, they provide a beautiful home for these men that's disgusting individuals who don't even deserve it. And then when she's abandoned, whether through death or whether it be through her age, and then when she's finally able to get up and use her voice, she don't fucking know how to use it. And there's really nothing in there for her to use. Because all she knows is the things around her home. All she knows is the laundry. All she knows is the grocery list. All she knows is the vacuum cleaner. She knows the broom and dustpan very well. She knows the mop and mop water. She knows that very, very well. She's well versed on making the bed. She's an expert at spraying air freshener and lighting incense and different things of that nature. But when it comes to speaking on real life topics and being able to provide some context to what's going on in the Black relationship, she can't do it. She can't do it. She don't know. She's been sheltered and protected from the truth for so long that all she knows is a bunch of lies.
About all those things. What's that, love?
Hopefully it'll come back in.
What's that? I'm listening to you. You had said something. I'm yielding the floor.
You went out. You had went out for a minute. For just like a second. You had went out.
Folks who are in the live chat, can you confirm if I'm fading in and out or if I'm coming in full stream? But anyways, the point is that the point is this, is that we can never progress, and I'm talking about we as humankind, when we are out of order, because there can be nothing good coming out of that which is unnatural. For a woman to be a leader is unnatural. For a woman to be the equal of a man is unnatural.
Okay. I'm done with this. Now, is some of what he is saying, truth and lies, I didn't even see you there, I'm sorry. What he's saying in a general basis can somewhat be the truth, right? But not so much the truth, because women are leaders in their own right, right? When it comes to children, first, when it comes to her choosing a mate, she's leading in that aspect, whether she chose good or bad. She has led in that aspect. When she chose to open up her legs, she's led in that aspect. She's leading in that aspect, whether good or bad. When the baby is born, she has to lead in that aspect. This nigga don't need to come around and tell her the baby diapers need to be changed unless she has something going on in her mind to where the bitch ain't functioning right. He don't have to tell her she needs to clean up unless, you know what I'm saying, unless you just got a bobblehead, you're going to have to tell her all these things. But when you're not there, she's leading. She's taking care of the home. She might be going out and working. She's doing all these things because a woman is a leader in her own right. She's not sitting and waiting 24 hours a day for instructions from a man. So she is a leader in her own right. When we speak in terms of a man leading, I mean, what the fuck exactly does that mean? You see, what does that actually mean? Let's see. Because we're hearing this a lot. We're hearing this a lot. We're hearing this a lot. The man is the leader. The man is the leader. The man is the leader. So let's look at this. Let me see if y'all can see this. When let me add this to the stage. Okay, when we look at leader, the person who leads or commands a group, organization, or country. Number two, they say the principal player in a music group, right? The principal first violinist in an orchestra, a conductor. I mean, let's look at Miriam. Let's see what Miriam says. Something that leads. Let me see if I can get this one. Let me go and make sure this is added. Okay. So something that leads, such as a primary or terminal shoot of a plant. Yeah. Okay. Something that ranks first. a person who leads, such as a guide or conductor, a person who directs a military force or unit, a person who has commanding authority or influence. I guess this is what where he's speaking at. A person who has commanding authority or influence. Okay. Now, when we look at the Black man, because this is what I'm speaking towards, when we look at the Black man as a leader, you have to ask yourself the question, well, how has the Black man's leadership been? What has the Black man's leadership entailed? Because from where I'm sitting, it involves a lot of tail. I think I've said this before, that when a Black man, when a Black woman allows a Black man to lead her, she basically ends up inside of another woman's vagina. She often ends up inside a lot of women's vaginas. Right? So Marquette is probably speaking in terms of being leading. I can't even say it because they're being so vague when it comes to leaders, to Black men being to Black men being leaders. I mean, leading how exactly are you leading? How? Like leading what? Leading what? What are you leading? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because when if you want to say let the Black man lead how? Lead how? And what comes to mind when I think of if we go on a small scale, let's go on an individual household. I would think of the Black man leading in terms of finances. And when I say finances, let's break it down. I don't want to spend too much time on this because it sounds like bullshit. You're not leading shit. When in terms of finances, how much money is spent and what the money is spent on, right? I would think of leadership with a man in terms of who comes and goes in the home. I would think in terms of what things are allowed in the home, as in terms of drugs, alcohol, different things that would internally destroy the home. I would think in terms of who the people that live in the home, their goings and comings, and the times that they leave and are required to be at home. This is what I'm thinking about. And then I can also think in terms of the man leading as far as where they're going to live, what state, what city, what county, what neighborhood. I can think in terms of a man leading in that aspect. But anything else, I mean, if on that small scale, those are the things that I can see. But if I go on a grand Black man leadership scale, you niggas, you're not leading. You're not leading. You're not leading as a whole as Black men. You're not leading. And when you are, and if we say you're leading, then we have to look in terms of where Black men have led the Black community as a whole. And it sounds to me in a hole, in a shitty hole, in a shitty hole. This is why you have single mothers, because We allowed the Black man to lead the entire community, and what we ended up with is we ended up with a bunch of single mothers. You had no men that were correcting each other's behavior. You had no men that were around saying, you don't go out and you don't make multiple households. You go and you make one household, you marry that woman, and you fucking stick to it. Whether you got a side bitch or not, your main place is inside that home, and you don't leave ever, or you don't leave until those children are grown, well off, finish college, well off into their careers, and then you do whatever the fuck it is you want to do, because you have produced product, you have seen it to its successful end where you needed it to be, and then you're just basically there for maintenance, whether you're in the home or you're not in the home. You don't have to be, because the children are no longer in the home. They've misused that type of lead. They've misused the leadership of family and creating family and raising family. They've misused that. They've misused being over women. They've molested them. They've raped them. They've beat them. They've done everything as a whole as a Black man, and in destroying their own woman. They've led poorly in that aspect. You want to be a protector, but yet you're not protecting, you're harming and destroying. Let's see, as far as finances, these single mothers that you've created, you don't want to provide the finances for them to take care of these children. You're fucking stingy, and you rather pay for pussy instead of pay for your child's necessities, right? You've led poorly in that aspect as a whole. Let's see. You have sold drugs to your community as a whole. You've led poorly in the war on drugs. You murder each other and your women. You have led poorly in that aspect, in even protecting the simple life of a Black person. You've led poorly. So tell me again how you motherfuckers is leading. Tell me again how we should allow you to lead. You have brought diseases home: HIV, AIDS, gonorrhea, chlamydia, herpes, syphilis. You've done all those things. Why are we supposed to allow you to lead when all you have done is lead us into destruction? How, Sway? How? I'm not understanding this leadership that this nigga keep harping on. How? Lead where? Lead how? I mean, in the business world, as soon as you get a buck, you get a white woman. Lead how? You leave to go fictitiously lead somewhere else. How? What lead how? Lead lead what? How? Lead what? Lead where? Lead why? Lead for what outcome? So anyway, okay, so now let's get down to some root problems. Let me see what I wanted to address first, because you can't get a community together without first identifying problems, right? So let me see. Now let's start with, I want to start with, let me see. What is this one? Let me see if this one is the one I want to start with. Okay, let's start with child abuse. Okay, I'm going to share this tab because I kind of Googled and asked some questions, right? We know, and I've done a video on child abuse, right? But y'all don't want to hear that because it's not entertaining. So let's look at child abuse. So I asked the question. I said, how has child abuse destroyed the Black community? Because you have to know that beating a child upside the head does not create a functioning adult. They can function, but their brains are not functioning properly because of repeated injury which damages the brain. Right? So I just asked this question: how has child abuse destroyed the community? Let me go back. Let me go back first. As you can see by the thumbnail, I have a coffee. I have a coffee maker. I have the inside of a coffee maker, and then of course we have the end product, the coffee. Right? There are a lot of moving parts of the Black community that are producing bad coffee. Coffee that it's just, who the fuck made this coffee? They should be put to death. Who made this coffee? Whoever made this coffee should be put to death. And I'm using the coffee machine as an example because you need good, necessary, functioning parts. You need all these parts to be functioning properly in order to get a good cup of coffee or a good pot of coffee, right? If the parts of the coffee maker is not functioning right, then you're going to get a bad cup of coffee. So when you're looking at the Black community, when we look at all these moving parts of the Black community, they're all dysfunctional and it's creating disgusting coffee, right? So if we look at child abuse, I mean, of course, we could take it all the way back to slavery, but we're not enslaved anymore, Sway. So I don't say we got to let it go. What I got to say is that we have to look at it, accept it, and move on and do things differently and try to, you can correct things. You can correct things. So child abuse and the systemic failures of the child welfare system have created profound and lasting damage to the Black community, affecting individuals and family structures across generations. The destruction stems from both the direct harm of abuse and the discriminatory systems that disproportionately surveil and punish Black families. I'm going to take the system out of this, right? And the reason being is because I will not use systems as an excuse for beating a child. I just won't. I just won't. Right? To put your hands on someone else is a conscious decision. And of course, there's a reason for everything. Punching down is what I call it. Right? But since we're going to say in reality, the reality of the situation is that there is a lot of child abuse going on because of poverty, because women don't have the things that they need, because men are out here dealing with, different aspects of racism that is subconsciously affecting them and causing them to, act inappropriately, we'll say. We keep it clean, right? So they do mention the generational trauma from slavery, systemic racism, and historical injustices compounds the effects of individual child abuse in the Black community. Yes, if we ain't got no food, everybody's angry. I always notice that. I notice how kids misbehave in public when they are hungry. And this is why the Black Panther community, one of the reasons I would say, I'm speculating, that they put the food program into place, because we got to feed these kids. If these kids is hungry, they're going to fight. They're going to be angry. They're lacking. Any areas that you're lacking in, it's going to make you angry. And if you don't have self-control, you're going to punch something or someone, right? Who do you usually punch? You punch on the people that you can. Who's around you that you can punch on that's not going to punch you back? Your children. There are many different reasons why child abuse occurs. A woman will beat the child because the father is not there and she's angry and she's stuck with this child. She's stuck raising this child in her mind. This motherfucker left me and I got to sit here and raise this fucking kid all by myself. Yeah, they're abusive in that aspect. They abuse the children because they're lacking. There's no food. Sometimes they're homeless. They can't pay their rent. They can't pay their bills. And so what do? They strike out. And who's around to be struck? The children, right? A lot of times parents think that beating a child is going to correct their behavior. No, it's only going to amplify it, and then it's going to surface. You can control it for a minute, maybe, but it's going to resurface when they're not around the parents, and it is going to maximize when they become an adult and can't nobody tell them what the fuck to do. Right? And so what do they in turn do? They in turn punch down on the people that are under them. Why? Because they've been so abused and their mind is so destroyed that they can't get themselves together, but they can fuck and make kids and fuck and have babies. But they're going to stay impoverished because the brain is so much affected to the point where they can't consistently keep a job. They can't consistently pay bills. They can't manage finances. They can't manage their life. So what do they end up doing? They end up fucking trying to living off somebody else and then handing down that generational abuse because of their situation. So what we have is we have a lot of abused adults out here who can't function properly that are reproducing. That's one moving part of that coffee machine that's fucking up the coffee. Okay, I'm not going to spend too long on each one of these topics, but yeah. So then, let me add this. Another aspect of this child abuse is molestation and rape, right? And what are the effects of this, especially to women? Promiscuity. What other aspects does child abuse cause? Sometimes the child doesn't have to be molested or raped. Sometimes the child can just be in so much poverty and so much physical abuse that what did it usually cause these Black girls to do? Run out to the streets, and who would get their hands on them? A pimp, right? A pimp would get their hands on them. So I asked Google the question because this is another moving part of this coffee machine that's fucked up, that's making bad coffee, right? So let me see. Give it to me. Okay. Let me see if y'all can see what I see. Okay. So pimping has severely damaged Black communities by exploiting systemic inequalities rooted in slavery and racism, disproportionately harming Black women and girls through sexual and physical violence, and perpetuating a destructive cycle of trauma, crime, and stigma. The normalization of pimp culture in some contexts has also masked the brutal reality of sex trafficking and exploitation. Need I read more? So we have a lot of Black women who have these what we call trick babies that don't get raised properly. Right. And see, this is a man's leadership. This is the Black man's leadership that these niggas keep harping on. The Black man is the leader. You got to allow him to lead. He's not. This is another form of not protecting your community, sir. Sir. You may yourself not be putting hands and feet on a woman, but and protecting her from hands and feet in your own small peon of a mind and environment, but on a larger scale, you aren't protecting women from hands and feet and dick. Right? This is one of the moving parts of the Black community that's rampant, to where women are pimping themselves out here in these social media streets. Black women are pimping themselves. Black girls are pimping themselves. Lee Houseway, how you gonna fix this? Because this is a moving part of the coffee machine that needs to be fixed, so we won't keep getting this disgusting coffee. Right? Child abuse, pimping, right? These are all moving parts of the Black community that needs to be fixed. So let's see. What do we want to do next? Let's do what's another moving part? Let's do this one. Let's do the foster care system. Because of this child abuse and pimping and hoeing and different things of that nature. Foster care system. How has the foster care system destroyed the Black community? I wouldn't necessarily per se that it's destroyed the Black community, because I was a foster child and I benefited immensely from being in foster care. Had it not been for foster care for me, I would probably be one of these hoes. I'd probably have a pimp. I'm just saying, I'm just speaking truth. I'm being honest. I'm being transparent. I would probably have a pimp if I didn't have the foster care system. That's how I myself was suffering these abusive things going on, which would have sent me out into the streets, into the hands of a pimp. So I can't speak poorly of the foster care system because I didn't have, it wasn't all perfect. It wasn't all good, but I can say that it saved me. It saved me. It helped me. It shaped me. It allowed me to see the correct way to live and the correct way to carry myself and to strive for better, and that there is better, and that if the natural home doesn't work, a substitute home is just as great. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't matter it doesn't matter that you're not with family. Sometimes it just matters that you're with people that give a damn. And that's facts. So, but we do know that the foster care system, people don't take advantage of it like they should. There's rats and snakes and pedophiles in the foster care system. There needs to be some fixing there. But all in all, it's supposed to be there to help the children. But like I said, there are some cracks and holes and things that needs to be fixed. Overall, it wouldn't be there if it wasn't needed, right? So anyway, it says the foster care system, or family policing system, as it is sometimes called, has harmed Black communities by perpetuating historical patterns of systemic racism and control. It does this through racially biased policies and practices that lead to the disproportionate surveillance, investigation, and separation of Black families. Now, mind you, I don't know where this came from, because there has been so many different stories at how children have died because the foster care system has returned those children to abusive homes. When I'm speaking in terms of foster care destroying the Black community, is the fact that Black children have to be in foster care, right? That's what I'm saying. The homes are so poor and so abusive and so broken and out of touch with reality that the foster care system is needed in order for these children to have some help and be raised somewhat better than what they would, right? Taken out of these abusive situations and different things of that nature. But what I'm speaking in terms of is that the foster care system is needed for Black children, and there's a lot of Black girls and boys in the foster care system because of poor homes. So that's another moving part of this coffee machine that's messed up, that's producing this disgusting coffee, right? So how are we gonna lead in this aspect, Sway? How are we gonna lead? What we gonna do? What we gonna do to fix this? Because like I said, from where I'm sitting, Black male leadership is non-existent. Y'all ain't leading shit but your dicks, and you're having a jolly fucking good time doing it. So then, when we speak in terms of the foster care system, we have to speak in terms of why. Sometimes it's because that single mother, which brought me to single motherhood, how a single motherhood destroyed the Black community. Sometimes that single mother is at the wits of her end. Sometimes she does have a nervous breakdown. You know, women break down severely when a man gets her pregnant and leaves her. Oh my God. And they're doing it before the frontal lobe is fully developed. So these women are very, very vulnerable. I was a teen mom. And like I said, and while I was a teen mom, I became a teen mom in the foster care system, right? However, because I had that support and I wasn't an adult yet expected to take care of this child all by myself, get a job, find childcare, get a place, manage everything by myself, that was one of the aspects that saved me from having mental issues, dealing with being a mother and not having the father there, right? So you kind of have to see the benefit in things, especially sometimes at the time that it's occurring, the age that it's occurring. You have to look back and look upon the things that have saved you from a destructive lifestyle. So I was saved, basically. Somebody put on a cape. Somebody had, somebody had some sympathy and empathy and compassion for me that they put on their fucking cape and they was like, get her. Caught you. Okay, they caught my falling star. Okay, so how has single motherhood destroyed the Black community? A complex array of social and economic factors rather than single motherhood itself contributes to challenges faced by single Black mothers and their children. So this is what I basically described. Not the fact that I was a single teen mom, but the fact that I had social and economic factors saved me from becoming a disgusting individual, right? Systemic disadvantages such as racism, economic inequality, and high incarceration rates have historically impacted Black families, creating difficult circumstances for many single mother households. So let me read that again. A complex array of social and economic factors rather than single motherhood itself contributes to challenges faced by single Black mothers and their children. So this complex array of social and economic factors, what could that be? It could be when you speak in terms of social, it could be you as a single mother, you can't socialize all that much because you have to stay home and take care of your children, especially when they're small, with their babies. They can't do anything for themselves. They depend on you. And if you are not there, it will not be taken care of, right? Economic factors. It's hard to get a job and work a job. It's hard, first of all, it's hard to work a job at 6, 7, 8, 9 months pregnant, depending on the job that you're doing, right? And then the fact that you have to go on maternity leave for 6 weeks and you can't, and what the fuck are you going to do for 6 weeks? You have no money. You're pregnant. You're working a mediocre job. You don't have the means to save. You're living from check to check. All your money goes to bills. And then you got to wait till 2 weeks later to get paid again. And then it's all gone out to other things, household things and different things of that nature. So, the economic factors are there hard. And I'm not speaking just because this is what I think. When I had my last child, I was only afforded 2 weeks off. And then the 2 weeks that I was off, I didn't go back to the job that I was on maternity leave from. I had to get a new job. And not tell them that I was on maternity leave, that I was 2 weeks postpartum. And back then I was an LPN passing meds. So 2 weeks postpartum, I was on my feet passing meds. I wasn't laid up in a bed holding my baby in my arms, breastfeeding and recuperating. I was on my feet on the fucking job. So if that ain't riding that motherfucking horse through snow, sleet, rain, hail, fucking bad heat, extreme temperatures, I don't know what the fuck riding a horse is. Okay, so the systemic disadvantages such as racism, economic inequality, and all that shit, that's neither here nor there. The high incarceration rates. Your baby daddy went to jail, but what that motherfucker would he have been there in the first goddamn place? Probably not. Probably so. Maybe not. But what we do know is that you're a single mother because you're not married. The nigga never planned on marrying you. He never even planned on having a baby with you. And then he could have planned on knocking you up and leaving you just to humble you. You might have been on a high horse to him, and he probably had to knock you off your high horse, get you pregnant and leave. Or he got you pregnant and he got scared and he left. Or I wasn't ready to be a father, right? So this is another moving part of that coffee pot that got this that's producing disgusting coffee. So while I was looking at that, I don't know, I just happened to come to this other thing. It was a question: why do so many Black men have children with women and then abandon them? Right? So, and it was just some people questions. Like, I like to get response from people, right? From what other people have to say. Because we can look at statistics, we can look at all this data and different things of that nature. But when it's coming from another person in society that understands what's happening in the world and that's willing to tell the truth, because you motherfuckers be lying. A lot of you baby daddy, baby mama abandoners, y'all be lying. And so, and y'all be believing that shit. But when you talk to another person in society who has their head screwed on right and that's willing to tell the truth and shame the devil and walk away from the masses that are lying, you tend to say, yeah, we know, but we just needed to hear it from somebody else. So it was a question of, why do African Americans, why do men leave their babies, right? So why do some African American men abandon their children? It's, mind you, some, okay, but it's another moving part of this coffee machine that's producing disgusting coffee. So Elizabeth Beck, hi Elizabeth, and I don't know when she put this. Oh, this is a year ago. Anyway, why do fathers abandon their children? So Elizabeth said, I knew one guy, won't say man because he wasn't, who was 20, dating an 18-year-old, and when she got pregnant, he disappeared. She had the baby because she wanted children and had great family support. About 10 years later, I ran into him about 1,000 miles from where I went to school with him. So this nigga, he severely got on. Being nasty, never liked him. I asked him when he last saw his son, and he looked at me like I was nuts. Remember Anna? She has a 9-year-old son by you. He tried to deny it and then just realized I wasn't believing him. And he said that at 20, he was still a kid inside and just couldn't face being a father. So he walked. Wow. His father did a poor job, or maybe his mother was a single mom and he did what his father did. Well, shit, my dad wasn't around, he left, so I guess I can do the same fucking thing and get away with it, right? So have you grown up yet? He thought he had, but when I asked him if he was ready to meet his son, he turned white and walked away. That was in 1980. And as far as I know, he never grew up enough to reach out, and his son did just fine on his own and is now a multi-millionaire who has no interest in him either. Some boys never grow up enough to parent someone else and hide to get out of child support. Now, the fact of the matter is that no one is asking a man or a 20-year-old or a 25-year-old or a 40-year-old for that matter with their first child to just be this perfect parent. It's a learning process, but you're supposed to stay around for the learning process so that when you have another one, you know what to do. So running from the responsibilities of your first child, abandoning your first child, and then going and making another child, it's still as if this is your first child because you didn't stay around to learn how to raise the first one. So you're still, even though you go and get another woman pregnant, you're still in a sense a first-time parent, a first-time father, because you didn't stay around for that one, for the first one. So you're still a first-time father. And then if you get her pregnant and you abandon her and you don't stay around to help her raise a child to age 18, and then you go get another person pregnant, you're still a first-time father. If you decide to stay, you're still, in a sense, a first-time father. So if you're going around and you're creating all these babies and you're not staying to raise them, each child that you have that you abandon, you're a first-time father, but you never learn how to be present for the pregnancy, for the birth, for the aftercare, for nothing. You're not even there for the woman. So you don't even know when you go to your next woman to get pregnant, you still have no experience on how to deal with a pregnant woman, a postpartum woman. You don't know how to deal with a newborn. You don't know how to deal with a toddler. You don't know how to deal with a teenager. You still don't know how to deal. So what are you motherfuckers leading again? And this is another moving part of that coffee maker that's breeding disgusting coffee. Sir? DW said lazy and don't want the responsibility nor the monetary responsibility of providing for their children, among other things. Booyah. Perfect. 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 Tommy Bat said, why do so many Black men have children with women and then abandon them? I guess Tommy ain't Black. They're irresponsible because often they grew up in a home with no father. No one to teach them how to be a real man. They saw their own fathers act like cowardly shit and take off. This happens in any race, but it seems to happen more among Blacks. It's sad and tragic. Wow. Even other people looking in at us is like, them niggas is dumb. Lead houseway. Why do so many, Red Baron, same question, because that's what they do. They want the fun of making them, but don't want the responsibility of raising them. Oh, well said, Red Baron. Well said. Anonymous said, not sure if anyone noticed that many of these responses are blame shifting and narcissistic. I wonder how. Be accountable for your actions. Own your conscious decision to walk out of the lives of your children. Pay your financial obligations and heal from there. Dragging the mother through the mud speaks volumes about your immaturity and lack of accountability. Marquette, extremely selfish to play the martyr when you have spiritually and emotionally wounded a child. From these comments, many of you have yet to own your actions 100% shameful. Look yourself in the mirror and say, it was me. I made this decision to walk out. So I guess, I don't know, there's probably some other comments in here. I didn't really go through all the comments, but of course some niggas got on here talking about, yeah, and he's saying, you niggas sound stupid. Say you did it. Say it was you, and you made the decision to walk out. Quit making excuses as to why you had fun making them, but don't want the responsibility of raising them. Financial obligations only make things a little bit better. You have to be present. And this is one of those parts of that coffee machine that's making the coffee disgusting, sir. So Sankofa, I don't want to tear up the first name. Sankofa said, why do African American women get married or have a stable relationship? Why don't African American women get married or have a stable relationship before having so many children? Why are over 60% single mothers? Wouldn't it benefit African Americans to build strong families to benefit the children? Well, sir, before I read his comment, I would first have to say that men have to stop talking women out the pussy before they marry them. And then if you talk a woman out the pussy and you get her pregnant, you should marry her. Or if you talk a woman out the pussy, you should marry her anyway. You shouldn't be fucking anybody that you're not going to marry, first of all. And then if you do, you should take all the necessary precautions not to get her pregnant. Sir, as the leader, right? So a lot of these men or young boys, we can say, because there's a massive amount of teen moms out here that were back in the day and are still flourishing till this day. Because the father ain't around to say, put a condom on it. And 9 times out of 10, mama don't even know he fucking yet. She at work. This nigga done ditch school and with a girl who's ditching school as well. And they at her house fucking and getting pregnant. She don't know nothing about it. She don't even know a little nigga fucking. Right? But a man can tell. A man is supposed to be there. The father is supposed to be there protecting that household. Right? We in the day and age of cameras. The father's supposed to make sure the house is under surveillance and we see what the fuck is going on in here when we ain't here. Right? That's the purpose of a man and his so-called leadership, to protect the home and protect the people in the home. Protecting the home or doesn't only entail protecting a woman. You have to protect your children from bad decisions as well. And it takes 2 for that. That's a tough fucking job. You have to be of sound mind and body to make sure you don't have a teen pregnancy in your household. You got to be on top of your shit. So anyway, I would know, honestly, Black women who has been married twice, first husband who is Black. Okay, this is a Black woman who has been married twice. First husband who is Black and a cheater, cheated on me, didn't want to let me go until I moved on. Then we divorced. He remarried and started back calling me behind his wife's back until I called her to ask her to tell him to stop. Ma'am, can you tell your husband to stop calling me? How embarrassing is that for that woman? Hello? Hello, can I speak to Barbara? Hello, Barbara. This is Shirley. Damn. How embarrassing. Anyway, my current husband is white. Although we've had our ups and downs, he adores me, and I wouldn't know what I wouldn't know what I would do without him. Single Black women don't like me because I don't fit the strong, angry, and independent stereotype and calls me stupid shit like pick me. What is this? A year ago? Well, a year ago, ma'am, I'm just going to try to bring some light or some clarity to your statement. we have this red pill community that doesn't just consist of men; it consists of women as well. It's a group of women, um, who support the red pill community and different things of that nature. And there's this different aspects of this red pill community. But then you also have a group of women, a group of Black women that have decided to that have decided that being strong and independent is better than being weak and dependent on a man that's cheating on you and that doesn't respect you. Right? So it as a whole, if you join the strong, angry, independent movement, it kind of there can be a benefit to that, right? It's something like putting your foot down when it comes to these Black men until they get their shit together, right? We don't need you for shit. We don't want you for shit because you ain't shit. And if I allow you in my environment, you're gonna turn it into shit. So stay angry to keep them away. Stay independent so you don't have to go their way, right? And be strong so you can maintain both. Be strong so you can maintain your anger and your independence. Yeah. Okay, so that's another moving part. Single mothers. So, and y'all know I asked the other question. Let me get rid of some of these tabs so I can see where I'm at. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. That's going to be underneath that one. Okay, so and this tripped me out. Oh my God, this moving part tripped me out because you see how they say everybody says single motherhood destroys the community and this, that, and the third. Okay, well, I asked the question, how has single Black fatherhood destroyed the Black community? Because when I say single Black fatherhood, I meant how abandoned. Oh, maybe I should change that. Let me look at something really quick. How has Black men abandoning community? Let's see what this says. Okay, it's gonna give me the same thing as why single motherhood affects the. Oh, I put hoe. That was wrong. Okay, so I'm gonna share this tab really quick. So in this tab that's now, I put how has single Black fatherhood destroyed the Black community? Let's go through this because there's not a whole lot of single Black fatherhood going on. And if there is a whole lot of single Black fatherhood going on, it just means the mother just cannot be there, cannot be present. Or she said, you know what, take your kids and beat it, which that's rare. But anyway, it said the premise that single Black fatherhood has destroyed the Black community is based on a misleading and harmful narrative. I don't know who wrote this, but let's go. Let's continue. Research and analysis show this view is inaccurate and ignores the systemic factors that have led to Black men becoming single fathers and the valuable contributions they make to their families and communities. So, let's look at that. Why can't that be what's said about single motherhood? Now let's put single motherhood in that. Okay. The premise that single motherhood has destroyed the Black community is based on a misleading and harmful narrative. Research and analysis show this view is inaccurate and ignores the systemic factors that have led to Black women becoming single mothers and the valuable contributions they make to their families and communities. That's what that should say. What valuable contributions are Black men making to their communities when you got so many single mothers? What's so valuable? Because if you're a single father, that means there's a single mother out there somewhere that them children belong to as well, right? These men like to say single mother, but bitch, there's a single father out there that them damn kids, but there's a man out there that them kids belong to, which makes him a single father by default. So why are we saying she a single mother? Well, where's the motherfucking single father out there? Where is he? Because she didn't have this baby all by herself, so she's a single mother. So you nigga, you a single father. Y'all not married, so that makes single. Single and single equals single. Just because you don't have custody of the kids don't mean you're not a single father. And this is what we're missing here. Bitch, we playing memory right now. Single mother. Okay, where's the matching nigga that matches this card? Where's the card that matches this single mother? Oh, there he is, single father. Put them together and sit them to the side. Everywhere you have a single mother, there's a motherfucking man that match. And some of you niggas, some of these broads got 6 different baby daddies. So that bitch got 6 matches. She got 6 niggas that match her card. And then this nigga got multiple baby mamas. So he got multiple bitches that match his card. The fuck is going on here? But yet and still, we only focus on the single mother. I'm not buying it. Y'all leadership. Y'all need to get these niggas together. Marquette, you need to get these. Y'all not trying to get these niggas together. Y'all not trying to stop all this single motherhood shit. And it does not start with a woman, because women, when we get into a relationship with a man, or when we start dating a man, we're genuinely dating for marriage. Y'all are dating to fuck. So what ends up happening? A pregnancy. Stop fucking us and we'll stop getting pregnant. Because we can get pregnant without fucking. We can be artificially inseminated. We can take your sperm, put it in a turkey baster, and squeeze it up in us. We don't even have to fuck to get pregnant. So stop fucking us and we'll stop being single mothers. How about that? Stop shooting your sperm. Stop shooting your sperm out of your body, and we won't get pregnant. Even the niggas that fuck, shoot that sperm in a condom and then leave the condom behind, thinking that the spermicide inside the condom has killed all the sperm. No, it hasn't, sir. And then when there are stories, that woman took that sperm, put it inside of a turkey baster and shot it up herself and got pregnant. Nigga, you left your sperm behind. You shot your sperm somewhere and didn't take care of it, didn't take it with you, didn't make sure it was flushed down the toilet, sir. So no, it's not up to the woman to close her legs. It's up to you to marry her first before you fuck her. Sir, it's up to you to have some dick control. You're the fucking leader. At least that's what y'all call yourselves, right? You the leader. So where's your dick control? Where's your self-control? We're the emotional ones. We're the lovey-dovey ones. We're the ones that want to be in love. We're the ones that believe your bullshit when you bring it to us. We're the ones that believe all that. We're the ones that have all the raging hormones. We're the ones that have the hormones that make us happy, sad, hungry, angry, fun-loving, mean, all that stuff. We have all these hormones we got to deal with. Y'all don't. So you're supposed to maintain control, self-control, and be the leader in the situation. So what the fuck happened, Sway? What happened, Marquette? What had happened was you're not a leader. You're beneath us. You're beneath us to the point where we have to make the decision to keep our legs closed, to keep you niggas from getting us pregnant and leaving us and making us single mothers. Y'all so beneath us that we gotta close our legs. Y'all so beneath us that we gotta make the decision. Please, who you talking to? You better keep talking to them sheltered old broads and them hoes and things that you be talking to, and them can't shut the fuck up women that miss the point. You keep talking to them, okay? So the premise that the single Black fatherhood has destroyed the Black community is based on a misleading and harmful narrative. Research and analysis show this view is inaccurate and ignores the systemic factors that have led to Black men becoming single fathers and the valuable contributions they make to their families and communities. Academic research, historical context, and current statistics challenge this idea with a more nuanced picture of Black fatherhood. The myth of the absent Black father. The harmful stereotype of the absent Black father is often used to blame Black men for community issues. However, studies show that Black fathers, including those who do not live within their children, that do not live with their children, are highly engaged in their kids' lives, often more so than fathers of other races. This involvement includes daily tasks, playing, and helping with homework. I cannot. The whole point is missed here. We need you motherfuckers to come home. We need you niggas to live in a home. This where your clothes and shoes and cologne and underwear and different things of that nature. And we need you to play. We need you to do daily tasks. And we need you to help with homework. And all while living in the home with your child. This is more of an impact than, okay, daddy's going to come over on Tuesday and help you with your homework. Okay, daddy's going to bring you over for Saturday and Sunday and let you play video games with you. And then we're going to send you back home to your mama so I can continue to fuck my bitches and make other kids. No. Okay, I gotta go home to my wife now. Tell your mom I said fuck her. No. This is bullshit. We're talking about marriage, being inside of the home, being present just as much as the mother is. Putting in your 50-50. You niggas always, you want to go 50-50 on bills, but you niggas don't want to go 50-50 on raising these kids. Don't go 50-50 with no nigga that got kids. Tell him to go to his baby mama and do 50-50 with her on everything, bills and kids. The idea of the absent Black father is debunked by evidence showing that many single Black fathers are active and supportive parents. Systemic causes, not individual fathers. Societal structures, not single Black fathers, are responsible for the challenges facing the Black community. Historical and ongoing systemic inequalities have played a significant role in family structures. Discriminatory policies. In the mid-20th century, man in the house rules for welfare programs penalized families with a man present, forcing many fathers out of the home to ensure their families could receive financial assistance. Okay, why the fuck wasn't you married? Why the fuck in the mid-20th centuries were you fucking and getting women pregnant and not marrying them and not financially taking care of your home, sir? Can't nobody put you out your home that you paying rent for. Can't nobody take you away from your kids that you taking care of. Can't nobody separate you from your wife on paper unless y'all getting a divorce. What the fuck is really going on? This is the bullshit I'm talking about. It was the welfare that ran men out of the homes. No, nigga, you was never really a part of the home in the first fucking place because you weren't married. And what y'all was doing was y'all was still doing the same shit that y'all doing today. Y'all was having fun making the babies, but didn't want to help raise them. And then your so-called wanting to be there to help with the kids, that was bullshit. You were there because you needed a fucking place to stay and you needed somewhere to wash your ass and you needed a hot meal. You needed 3 hots and a cot. So that's why you was with your baby mama and didn't marry her, because you didn't want to marry her. You wanted 3 hots and a cot. That was the only thing that made you stay, or you would have left long time ago. Wasn't no goddamn welfare to force you out of the home. And when you was in the home, you wasn't doing shit anyway, as evidenced by being able to be forced out of the home, as evidenced by the woman having to go on welfare programs to be able to take care of the motherfucking kids you done pumped in her and couldn't take care of. Nigga, quit playing with me. Y'all better go play with these little girls. Y'all better go play with these high school dropouts and non-college graduates and these hoes and these prostitutes and different things of that nature who ain't been raised right. Y'all better go play with them. Mass incarceration. High incarceration rates disproportionately affect Black men, destabilizing families and removing fathers from their children's lives. This makes them unavailable for economic support and increases the number of single-parent households. Boy, bye. Whoever the fuck wrote this, bye. Destabilizing families. The motherfucking family was never stable. And why the fuck is he in jail? If the family is so goddamn stable, why the fuck is he in jail? What the fuck was he out there doing that put his stupid ass in jail? First of all, Sway. This makes them unavailable for economic support. What economic support if the bitch getting welfare? What economic support if the woman is getting welfare? Oh my God. Economic inequality. Structural racism creates barriers to employment, housing, and upward mobility, limiting the opportunities for Black men to provide for their families. Bullshit. You know why? Because every time I get the fuck up and I get dressed and I put on my goddamn uniform and I go to work, who do I see on the corner making money? Hispanics with they beverage trucks, right? They tamale stands. They carne asada stands. So like there's too many there's too many opportunities to make a way for yourself, for you to scream, to keep screaming employment barriers. Why are you constantly looking for somebody to fucking take care of you? You're supposed to be the man. You're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to be making the way. But like I said, you niggas need protection, and you niggas need somebody to take care of you too. And guess who's doing it? Niggas of men of other races. You niggas are beneath us. You're beneath your woman. You're not on top of your woman. You're beneath us. You can't even make a way for yourself. You still allowing people to make fucking excuses for you as to why you don't have upward mobility in housing, employment, and different things of that nature, saying your opportunities are limited. It's because you don't want to get up off your ass. It's because you think about pussy 24 hours a day. You weak in the mind. Y'all weak. And you mad that the black woman is strong. Because at the end of the day, yes, we may have gotten pregnant, we may have had babies, but eventually them motherfucking legs close. And if they don't close, they damn sure don't get pregnant. And if they do, it gets handled. So you're constantly allowing people to make excuses as to why you don't get up off your ass and make a way for yourself. Historical context. Practices dating back to slavery, such as forced reproduction and family separation, disrupted black families and made fatherhood precarious. Come the fuck on. Is any of that shit happening today? Is anybody forcing you to fuck abroad to get her pregnant? Is that how long has that not been happening? That we're still bringing up, making an excuse for single motherhood? What we have here is we have a community in general. We have a black men in general who are fucking lazy, disgusting creatures. And this is just my opinion, and I'm allowed to my opinion. But also, this is what is shown. This is what is displayed. So whenever you talk about a black woman, you're only making the black man look 10 times worse because you're supposed to be the so-called leader. Where was her father at that she's dressing like that? Where's her father at that she's now on OnlyFans? Where's her father at that she's on a corner selling pussy for another nigga? Where's her father at? Because her father, Marquette, is supposed to display the muscle, right? He's supposed to be the ones to put the woman in fear of hands and feet to get her to comply, right? Well, where he at? What happened to him? And that his daughter is out here reckless. Where he at? Where he at, Sway? Where he at? Where's all this masculinity, hands and feet when it comes to y'all daughters? And why they out here all fucked up? I mean, I'm just saying. So you see, this is another moving part of this coffee machine that's producing bad coffee. Right? So then, okay, I can get rid of this tab. Then, what is this one? Okay, getting rid of that tab. And then, oh, okay. So then, another moving part. Let me get rid of this tab because I don't need this. Okay, I don't need this tab. Okay, so another moving part. Okay, I can get rid of this tab. Yeah. Okay, so another moving part of this is the fact that, and I've done a live on this one as well. I've covered all this. Now I can't. I'm not a YouTuber. I can't even describe myself as a YouTuber. I'm just a woman that comes on here to give her own personal opinion, cover topics that interest me, for people who might be interested. So I'm not full force in this thing. I'm not doing different things to go viral. I don't do TikTok. I don't do Instagram. I'm not on any other platforms doing any other content trying to bring people my way, which is probably shameful. But I have covered topics. If people happen to come by and listen and different things of that nature, I'm grateful. But I'm not, I can't, I get overstimulated. So I can't handle a whole lot of, interaction on a daily basis on YouTube with people, because you would pretty much have to be putting out content all day, every day. And I get overstimulated because I have, personal responsibilities that I have to take care of, which overstimulate me enough. And so there's so much information and views and facts and different things going through my mind that I have to close the door on YouTube sometimes and making content in order to allow my brain to relax, be clear, to function in the capacity that I need to sustain my life, right? So I can't put on my cape and, fly around the YouTube streets trying to get subscribers and people to watch my videos, because, I just don't have that kind of time, right? I wish I did, but I don't even want to go viral because it's something that I wouldn't be able to maintain the content. Just put it like that. I don't have that free time. So, with that being said, I just do little things here and there, and I just put it out there. Just so happens somebody's walking by and look through my YouTube window and is interested in listening to the content. But I've done this before. I do it. This is kind of basically, if you can kind of see my theme. So my theme is not, it's not clarified on here. Like, what direction is this woman going in? Who is she talking to? Who's her audience? What is she talking about? If you really paid attention to my videos, you could see it. There's a theme there. I'm not going to tell you the theme. Because I don't want to define it as a theme, because I want to talk about some of everything. I don't follow what other YouTubers are doing. If everybody's talking about Beyonce, I'm not going to get on here and talk about Beyonce because everybody's talking about Beyonce if what they're talking about doesn't interest me. Right? If I don't, but I'm not following everybody and doing what everybody else is doing to bring people to my channel. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, everybody follows the big thing that's going on so that they can get more followers, right? But anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was just my little rant. But so another issue of this coffee maker, another moving part of this coffee maker that's messed up, that's producing disgusting tasting coffee, is mental illness, right? A lot of these men are mentally ill. A lot of Black women are mentally ill as well, but they're more inclined to take care of their mental health because we don't particularly depend on drugs and alcohol to escape from our problems because we have children to take care of. Right now, if she a prostitute, she ain't taking care of her kids. Yeah, she's more likely to be on alcohol and drugs and not take care of her mental health. Yeah, that's a given. But with men, you will find that a lot of men have mental illnesses, and they have diagnosed mental illnesses, but they will not take the medication. You know why? Because you can't drink and take anti-psychotropics at the same time. They'll kill you. They'll fuck up your brains even more. So what we have, and then we have a lot of undiagnosed mentally ill Black men out here, and you can see it in their behavior. So there was this, and I just want to say this really quick because this is just like a small example of what I'm talking about when you have men that are mentally ill and they don't know it, but being a medical professional on the outside looking in, you can tell that that's exactly what the fuck is going on. So there was this guy, I don't know, this girl was in bed. I don't know if she set her camera phone up or whatever to videotape this guy in her bedroom, but it probably was her boyfriend. I don't know. He seemed like he was her pimp. I don't know who the fuck he was, but he was very, 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 very mean. So he wanted her to get up and do something. I don't know if it's pack his clothes or something. And she was laying in the bed. She wouldn't get up. And he was going, I'll see if I can find it. But he was going off on her and she wouldn't get up. So he ended up pistol whipping her in the bed. I want to try to find this video, but I'm going to just talk while I'm trying to do it. But, I could tell immediately, this man is off his rocker. This man is off his rocker. And you could tell that he has some mental illness going on. So when you have a man that is just violent, violent to the point where he is uncontrollable. He is, and it doesn't even have to be to that extreme. Anything sets him off. Any little thing sets him off. He beats his woman constantly, consistently, often. He has some mental issues going there. He has some mental issues going on there. Let me see if I can find it in my history, because I did watch it in my history, but I didn't listen to it so much. But anyway, yeah, a lot of these Black men are mentally ill and they don't know it. And then the ones that do know it, they're hiding it and they're not taking their medication. So, which brings you to the fact that mental illness also prevents a man from being in the home with his children and with the mother, because he's unfit. He can't be in the home. He shouldn't be allowed to be in the home. So when it comes to single motherhood, there's more than one reason that she opened up her legs and got pregnant and didn't make him marry her. There's more than one reason for single motherhood. And like I said, a lot of times, these men are so mentally ill that they're just unfit to be around. And they're not doing anything about the situation. They don't care to. Because they want to party, bullshit, and fuck, and drink alcohol and smoke weed. And you can't do that with and taking psychotropics. Yeah, I can't find this video, so I'm going to move on. Let me just move on to this. Okay, so how has mental illness destroyed the Black community? Mental illness doesn't destroy the Black community, but rather systemic factors and mental health disparities negatively impact it. including higher stress from racism and trauma. Reduce access to culturally appropriate care, and a culture of stigma that discourages seeking help, and a history of medical mistrust. Now, you see, it says mental illness doesn't destroy the Black community, but rather systemic factors. So, a systemic factor is child abuse, right? Like I said, generational child abuse. You are destroying the minds of your children when you beat them, especially when you beat them in their head. And that is what presents itself first, is the head. So that is what, and it's the easiest to reach. You don't have to, you just reach out, boom, and the head is right there, right? Child abuse, beating a child in their head causes mental illness. Children who are being beaten, and not necessarily in the head, but who are being beaten so severely, causes mental breakdown. It causes a mental breakdown, right? We have a lot of walking mental cases out here in the Black community, and you can see it. Whenever you see a woman, a Black woman walking down the street and she's naked, 9 times out of 10, she has a mental illness. Whenever you see a Black man walking down the street and he is naked, 9 times out of 10, he has a mental illness. If they, drug use is mental illness, right? That's why people don't end up in jail. They end up in rehab, because drug use is considered a mental illness, right? So you can see the mentally ill. When you have a woman that's in the store and she's hollering at her children and she's just off her fucking rocker, she has a mental illness. When you can't figure out why this man is roaming around the street fucking everything that moves, he has a mental illness. When you find that women are out here fucking everything that moves, they have a mental illness. Prostitution is a mental illness if they aren't just prostituting for a couple of nights to pay some rent or feed their kids, and then they done with it. You know what I'm saying? That's just like making a nigga pay you for not only dinner, the nigga want to fuck too. So nigga, I need some money. Okay, but a actual full-fledged prostitute that's out there in the streets on the corner fucking all day, every day, and then giving her nigga to a money, that bitch is crazy. She needs some mental help, okay? Even if she's making a conscious decision. A lot of times, these prostitutes, they have been molested, they have been raped, they have been severely sexually traumatized to where they don't feel like they're good enough for a relationship. The pimp gets in their head and tell them, well, shit, bitch, you already fucked up, so why don't we just make the best of it, sell it, or whatever the hell it is they do to get them to do that full time. Okay, but mental illness doesn't destroy the Black community, but rather systemic factors and mental health disparities negatively impact it, including higher stress from racism and trauma, reduced access to culturally appropriate care, a culture of stigma that discourages seeking help, and a history of medical mistrust. Well, these are the legs of mental illness. This isn't the body. The body is, why the fuck do you have a mental illness in the first goddamn place? Okay? So these are all the things that affect getting help for it. All right? Factors contributing to negative outcomes: systemic racism and trauma. Black individuals experience significant psychological stress from daily microaggressions, racial trauma, and historical injury. I'm not even going to read this. I already know your mama beat you the fuck upside your head, and it caused you to have a mental breakdown. Your mama beat you so bad that you had a breakdown as a child, and you'll never be the same again. Your daddy beat you to the point of no return. You had a nervous breakdown, and you're fucked up. You were raped, you're done. You were molested, you're done. there are some mental illnesses that are inherited. You know that are passed down from your parents. So bipolar manic depression, that's something that's passed down. I think schizophrenia is passed down. Don't quote me, but a lot of these things are passed down. If your mama and daddy had a mental illness, 100% you're gonna have a mental illness. Two mentally ill people should not get together and have a baby, because you're not going to do anything but create another mentally ill person. And then that mentally ill person, if they get with a non-mentally ill person, I don't know, you got a 50% chance that the child going to be mentally ill, and you got a 50% chance that they not. So, yeah, houseway. You can't lead with a mental illness. A person with a mental illness can't lead. They can only pretty much maintain themselves. So this is another moving part of that coffee pot that is producing disgusting coffee, right? But if you take care of your mental health, you can be a fully functioning member of society, doing things the correct way, maintaining self-control and balance. If you're not taking your medications, if you don't figure out why the fuck am I so this and why am I so that, why am I beating this woman like I am, why am I beating my kids like I am, why am I not eating, sleeping, what is wrong, and go seek some mental health and figure out what the problem is, the problem is going to continue. So these are the moving parts of this coffee pot that is producing this coffee machine that's producing bad coffee, right? Anytime a man is going and sleeping with woman after woman after woman after woman, you got to know there's something wrong upstairs. When he can't find one woman and settle down, when he is so high strung off of fucking and getting pussy and you're sleeping and dating different women, you might as well, you're a prostitute. You're a free hoe. You're a free hole. I think I've mentioned this before in another life. You're a free hole. Yeah. Okay. So another moving part of this coffee pot is rap music, of course. Now, I can't definitively say that rap music destroys the Black community, but I could say that it has contributed to the destruction of many parts of it, right? In terms of your children. You shouldn't allow if you're listening to it, okay, but you should not allow your child to actively go on social media and listen to this rap music. It's destructive to their growing minds, right? When we were growing up, we didn't have rap music. We had R&B, we had rock, we had punk rock. We had music that had substance, that was saying something. The music wasn't speaking to killing people. It wasn't speaking to getting money and fucking bitches in so many words. I mean, yeah, it was like, give me that funk, that sweet, that funky stuff. Give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me some pussy. But it wasn't saying, it was speaking in different ways, right? And we all know words matter. The way you describe things matters, right? So, yeah. So accusations that rap music has negatively affected the Black community are a topic of significant debate, largely concerning the impact of gangster rap and its portrayals of violence, misogyny, and materialism. However, many scholars and artists argue that hip hop is a complex art form that reflects rather than causes the issues faced by marginalized communities. Now, let me tell you where the trick was right here. Let me tell you where the trick was. See, Impact, they changed gangster rap and they turned it into hip hop. Hip hop is not gangster rap, and gangster rap is not hip hop. Okay? Hip hop, in my view, was Poor Righteous Teachers, um, um, people like let me see, I haven't really listened to them for this long, for a long time, to where I don't forgot who their names and things are. Let me see. Hip hop. So like Poor Righteous Teacher, um, who else? Because then a lot of them died. Let me see. Let me do this. Let me look, because I do want to name some. I do want to do the difference between hip hop and gangster rap. Okay. So okay, hip hop. We'll say Drake. We'll say who else? LL Cool J. Who else? We can say who else? Um, let me do this. We can say Wu-Tang Clan. You know I love me some Wu-Tang Clan. We can even say Will Smith. We can Aaliyah. We can say Busta Rhymes. We can say Brandy. We can say, who else they got in here that I see? TLC. We can say, who else? Who else? Who else? Let me see. I'm still looking. Who else can we say? Who else? Who else? Oh, Slick Rick. Oh, so then I need to go back a year. Let me see. I need to go back oh yeah, Eric B and Rakim. Yes, this is hip hop. Eric B and Rakim. Who else? Who else? Um, who else? Who else? Flavor Flav in them. Who that Flavor Flav in them. Who else? Let's see. Yeah, that's hip hop. That's hip hop. Okay, now gangster rap. NWA, Easy E, Ice Cube, 50 Cent, Snoop Dogg, The Dog Pound, Corrupt, Daz, um, who else? That's gangster rap. That's not hip hop. That's gangster rap. And I know they want to, oh, well, it's all hip hop. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Hip hop and gangster rap is two different things. I don't care what you say. I don't care how you try to spin it, how you try to dip in it. No. Accusations that rap music has negatively affected the Black community are a topic of debate. So when we say rap music, when you have hip hop rap, you have groups like R&B and Rakim. You have Wu-Tang Clan. You have Busta Rhymes. Rapping is just shit that rhymes and you put it together. But we also have to speak in terms of the content. Hip hop is not so destructive. Eric B and Rakim, Wu-Tang Clan, the people that I named, their music is not destructive to the brain. It doesn't put ideas in your head to go kill somebody. Rap music, gangster rap does. Right? Violence, misogyny, materialism, different things of that nature. So this is so you see how they flipped it. Accusations that rap music has negatively affected the Black community are a topic of debate, largely concerning the impact of gangster rap and its portrayals of violence, misogyny, and materialism. However, many scholars and artists argue that hip hop is a complex art form that reflects rather than causes. Flip this, gangster rap and hip hop is not the same. So yeah, I can see scholars saying hip hop reflects, not causes. Gangster rap causes, right? It causes you to go out and want to do things. Hip hop is reflective of the environment and what's going on. Hey, we're just speaking that this is happening, that's happening, this is happening. Gangster rap is go kill that nigga, go fuck that bitch, go rob that nigga, go get you some jewelry, go sell some drugs so you can get you some paper, so you can get you some hoes, so you can get you some cars, so you can get you some clothes. That's the difference. So this is another moving part of that coffee maker that's dibbling and dabbling in this bad coffee that's being produced of the Black community. So, I mean, yeah, that was my last thing, right? That was my last topic of the moving parts of the coffee pot. But you basically kind of get what I'm saying at how, you know, the effects of everything that's going on. So to the reason why Black men will never be in power, and neither will Black women. Black women will never be in power because her man will never be in power. Not that we want power over the entire world, but I'm speaking in terms of power over the Black community. Neither have power. The Black woman and the Black man are doing what we are doing to survive. Black men survive off getting pussy. Black women survive off of working and taking care of their children and creating a home, you know, to live, relax, and be safe, right? Go in your house and close your door. Black women are, how can I say this? We are producing or consistently recreating the Black community. And men are just living in it. It's like bottom feeders. You're bottom feeding off of the women. You aren't doing anything that's beneficial for them. You're feeding off of them. And then you got the nerves to sit here and talk about the way to get them together is to put hands and feet on them. No. What is a Black man doing that is creating a positive impact on the Black community? Nothing. So where is this respect supposed to come from? Where are we supposed to have this glorified view of you? Why? Because you got a big dick? I don't get it. Because you got jewelry on, because you're handsome, because you're fine, you're cute, because you know how to fuck. Like what? I don't get it. Like what are we actually supposed to respect? What are we supposed to respect? What are we supposed to be submitting to? Venereal disease? Cheating? What? I personally, I don't get it. I just don't. And so when you hear niggas out here talking about we need to get these women under control, no, you need to get your niggas under control. You need to get your mans over there under control. Because if you aren't fucking cheating, your woman is not going to cheat. If the men have their minds together and that's not out here screwing everything that's walking, then there's no cheating. If you got your woman and you got your household and you maintaining your shit, your woman won't be out fucking somebody else cheating. You're not out there cheating. That means the next man gotta have his woman. He ain't got nobody to cheat with. If you get rid of the pimps and the fucking prostitutes, don't nobody have no. That's where it starts. It starts with sex. That's the basis of everything. Sex. So just like that man that caught that other man in his house with his 23-year-old woman, married man, and shot him full of lead because he didn't play about his. And it's not, and if it wasn't the woman, he didn't play about his home. Nigga, you're in my house, in my bed, walking around my fucking house with your dirty ass shoes on, kicking it on my shit that I bought. You really think I'm about to tolerate that? I didn't invite you in here. You think you're going to walk your dirty ass shoes up in my house that I built and disrespect me like that? I think not. You go to that bitch house. That's when a man don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a damn. You can go violate her shit all you want to. You can go walk up in her shit, come in her bed, put your dirty feet on her couch and eat out her motherfucking refrigerator. But you in another man's space, homeboy, you got the game fucked up. If you think we about to start letting you niggas fuck our bitches in our house. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, sir. He didn't play about his. And then he had the nerve to be married. So now you got a dead married man whose wife and kids is wondering, what the fuck? What the fuck was he over here doing with a 23-year-old? And he got a wife and some kids at home. The fuckery is real. The stupidity is real. Respect what? Respect what? If anything, I respect that man who pumped that nigga full of lead being in his house. I respect him 100%. He can get all my respect. He can get all my respect because he made a hell of a fucking statement. He made a necessary statement. You niggas is out here moving so foul that you think you can actually come inside of my home and fuck my woman and come in my bed that I gotta get in. That's funny. That's funny because women, we don't mind laying up in a nigga's bed behind another bitch cum. But when it comes to a man, he don't want to lay behind another nigga's cum. Especially in his own bed. Now he'll go up. These niggas will go from bitch to bitch house and lay up in a cum-filled bed all day long. But when it comes to his bed, where he's going home to take a shower and he want to be in a clean bed, he not about to lay in a bed full of other niggas cum. I beg your pardon. But y'all out here moving so foul. He made a necessary statement like, nuh-uh, don't start none, won't be none. We're nipping this shit in the bud. Because had that man survived or got away, and it's a lot of men doing it. It's a lot of men. They put y'all some cameras up. If you are a man that is faithful to your woman, and you have built a home and you are on your shit and you are taking care of doing the things you're supposed to do, put some cameras up in your house to make sure that this woman ain't carrying herself like a funky diva. That was a funky diva. And she lucky he didn't pump her full of lead as well. Right? He lucky. He didn't leave her alive to be like, oh, that's my boo and I love her. No, he left her alive to let the rest of you bitches know. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and a nigga you cheating with gonna find out, and you're gonna have to live with the fact that you got this nigga smoked. Ma'am. It's saying we all need to stop the fuckery. If this man would have had some dick control, he's so off a 23-year-old. He huffing and puffing and panting because he running up in a 23-year-old and he got a whole wife and kids at home. That's a damn shame. And come to find out, he was some kind of coach of hers in high school. You niggas. And we need to get our shit together. And the black woman needs to be put under control. No, you niggas need to be put under control. You have the freedom to go around fucking every Tom, Dick, and bitch out in the streets. We got kids to take care of. We don't have as much freedom as you guys do. So you guys need to get y'all niggas under control. And everything else will fall in line. But we know it ain't gonna happen. So keep dreaming that you're about to receive all this respect you don't deserve from a black woman. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. So he said, okay, so some man ran a number on you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And I'm sure a bitch ran some numbers on you too. Yes. 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 The first thing to healing is the truth. Sir, I'm way beyond that. Okay. That was umpteenth years ago. Okay. Umpteenth years ago. So loose pee is the problem. A man would not go anywhere if a woman would learn how to cook and keep her womb tight. Loose pee, that's the real problem. No, sir. No. A bitch ain't gotta cook. It's people out here cooking. I could go right now and get me some food. What is you talking about? Cooking and a tight pussy ain't never kept a man at home. Just like a baby ain't never kept a man at home. Are you listening to what's being said on social media? There are a lot of men on here telling the truth about men and pussy. It's not even the fact that it's pussy. It's the fact that it's attached to another woman and a different vibe and different energy. And the fact that he can do it. And no, it's all kind of doors unlocked. It's all kind of doors unlocked. The person walking through it is the one that's ultimately making the choice. So all kind of legs open. Fat legs, skinny legs, ugly legs, cute legs, bat wing legs, all tight legs, loose legs, all kinds. Who the fuck is going in them? That is the one who has the ultimate say so. You're making the ultimate decision to enter somewhere. Right? So what you mean? This is the kind of babble that keeps men out of control and off their game. You could kind of understand what I'm saying. When you're constantly not taking accountability for your own actions, you constantly let the devil in. It's pussy everywhere, dude. You can pay for pussy. What the fuck you mean? Loose pussy is the problem. No, you can pay for pussy. And 9 times out of 10, when you paying for pussy, that pussy is owned by a pimp, sir. So that's him ultimately making that pussy available for you, sir. So what are you talking about? It still leads back to who? A motherfucking man. What are you talking about? Some women are being forced to have loose pussy. By a man. So what are you talking about? All roads lead to a fucking man, sir. Why is is her pussy loose? Let's look at that. Why she got a loose pussy? Because her daddy wasn't there. Where does it lead back to? A man. Sir? Why is she promiscuous? Because she was molested by a man, sir. Why is she prostituting? Because she was raped by a man, sir. It all leads back to a man. There's no escape, motherfucker. There's no escape. You niggas can't escape. You can deflect. You can blame the single mama. You can blame the weave. You can blame the eyelashes. You can blame the BBL. You can blame the fake boobs. You can blame the makeup. You can do all of that. But at the end of the day, why is all that shit taking place? Because a man. Why she got a BBL? She can barely, she only see her ass maybe an hour out of the day when she putting clothes on. Otherwise, who else is looking at her ass? A man. Why she putting that wig on and them weaves on? And why is she on a pole? A man. There's no escape, boo-boo. You can't escape responsibility, boo-boo. Why is her pussy loose? Because she likes a man. She likes the fuck. What you mean? There's no escape. There's no escaping. There's no escaping. None. Right? That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You niggas will never get our respect. We play pretend all day. We play pretend like y'all just you're just the strongest, and I just respect him so much. And we looking at y'all like, you dumb motherfucker. You're dumb as a pie. You taste good, but you're dumb as a pie. Y'all be walking around here with y'all chest out. Y'all be thinking y'all doing a damn thing. We be like, look at this dumb motherfucker. Look at this stupid ass motherfucker. But we love the dick though. You know what I'm saying? We didn't play pretend we wouldn't get no dick. So, yeah. Otherwise, y'all stupid to us. I mean, just look at you. Who is this? Okay. But yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. We being truthful, we being transparent. We think y'all some dumbass motherfuckers, and y'all never have our respect like that, like you want it. And at the end of the day, we only respect the dick. Why you think little dick niggas get made fun of? Why you think, little dick niggas gotta have money in order to get pussy, right? We don't respect y'all. We respect the size of your dick. And then if you got a big dick and you can't fuck, you really gets no respect. You gets talked about. You gets talked about till the cows come home. Girl, that nigga got a big dick, girl, but he can't even fuck. What? You mean to tell me he got a big dick, wasting all that good dick? I wish somebody would teach him how to fuck. Sorry. Like I said, I already knew I was gonna start cussing and go off into all types of other things. And my mouth, I do have a potty mouth. I don't apologize. I don't apologize. It makes me me. So, but yeah, we don't respect y'all. I'm sorry to have to tell you guys the truth. We don't even respect you. We don't even respect you, even if you got money. We just don't. We just think you're stupid. I mean, any man that lacks dick control and that doesn't take care of his kids, we don't have any respect for you, but we're going to benefit off you just like y'all do us, right? We may not look all that good to you. We might be ugly. We might be fat. We might be old, but y'all gonna get some pussy anyway. And that's how we are. We think y'all some dumbasses. But we want some dick, we want some money, we want some attention. So I guess we in the same boat, right? We in the same boat, but you'll never get true respect from a black man. Will never get true respect from a black woman. You're too weak. You're beneath us. Right? You don't provide for us. So what are we respecting? What are we respecting? Nothing. We don't respect you. Sorry to say. And the truth of the matter is that the black woman gets more respect than you, because at least we there to take care of the kids, right? So yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But anyway, I got some things I need to do. Yeah, I might just end up getting back in the bed. But anyway, y'all have yourselves a good day. And let me see. Have yourselves a good day and be blessed.
Laughs. Why aren't you laughing? It was so funny when you were disrespecting me. It was so funny. But then when I take it to my level, because there are always levels. So when I take it to my level, all of a sudden everybody stops laughing. Everyone thinks it's funny when I'm being disrespected. But then when I get disrespectful, nobody laughs. Why aren't you laughing? It was so funny when you were disrespecting me. It was so funny. But then when I take it to my level, because there are always levels. So when I take it to my level, all of a sudden everybody stops laughing. Everyone